Talking investments. Now, here's Christian Arcan.
Good evening, Red Sox fans, and welcome into the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. I'm Christian Arcan, and after a day off, the Red Sox continue their road trip tonight out west as they make their way from Seattle down to the Bay Area to take on the San Francisco Giants, who, if you've been living under a rock lately, just so happen to be the team that they just traded Rafael Devers to this past Sunday. More on all that in a moment, because before we get to tonight's proceedings, the Sox found themselves up against it on Wednesday after an emotional win on Monday. The Mariners roared back with an 8-0 win in Game 2, which set up yet another rubber game for this team. Luckily, they had their stopper going, Garrett Crochet, on the mound, and he was once again brilliant, going up against M's veteran righty Luis Castillo. After a scoreless first, the Sox broke the scoring in the second in the form of Marcelo Meyer, who led off the inning and was first pitch swinging.
Marcelo Meyer, feels like a good day for him to hit a home run in Seattle. Leads off against Luis Castillo. The pitch to him is driven high and deep into right field. It is gone. He does go deep. Marcelo says hello to Seattle, and it's 1-0 Red Sox.
Fleming should do the locks of the week. Why am I still doing them? Fleming's giving out locks right before they happen. He said, now's a good time for a home run. Boom. First pitch home run. How about that? Home run number 4 on the year from Meyer in just 21 games. All of them solo home runs, ironically. He's only got 6 batted in. That gave the Red Sox a 1-0 lead. Rays would get the run back in the bottom of the second after a double from Crochet. Randy Arozarena, sac fly, getting him to third. Crochet did let one get away.
Pitch is in the dirt, and Wong can't handle it. To the backstop, and the Mariners tie the game. That's a changeup. He shook to it. A wild pitch knots this thing at 1.
That run was a gift. I never should have been on.
That was not against the Rays, against the Mariners, actually. I got confused because of Randy Arozarena. Wild pitch from Garrett Crochet. That tied things up at 1. But 2 innings later, Trevor Story came up with 1 on and 1 out.
A 1 is driven into the gap in left center field. This ball is pounded. It is way back, and it is gone. Trevor Story, an absolute bomb to left center field. 2-run shot, and it is 3-1 Red Sox.
That was an absolute shot, and that was your play of last night's game. It's brought to you by Nissan. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan postgame show. Nissan, here to help you save this summer with lower MSRPs on Rogue and Pathfinder. The possibilities are endless. Visit your local dealer today. That homer from Story, his 10th of the year, gave the Red Sox a 3-1 lead, and that was all Garrett Crochet would need. His final line, 6 innings, 6 hits, 1 run. It was earned. He didn't walk anybody, and he struck out 6 batters to pick up the win. A combination of Garrett Whitlock, Aroldis Chapman in the 8th inning, and Greg Weissert in the 9th did not allow a hit through the final 3. Red Sox win. They jump back over the Mariners into the wild card standings, where they currently sit alone. The M's and Guardians both a half game back. Tonight, the Red Sox land at Oracle Park, the new home of their old friend Rafael Devers, who was very much in the news today. We'll get into more of that and the day's reporting later on here in the pregame show. But right now, it's time for tonight's pitching matchup, which is brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the best prices on tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. For the Red Sox, Hunter Dobbins getting the start. His 10th on the year. He's 4-1 with a 3.74 ERA in the previous 9. His last start, he went 6 innings, allowed 0 runs on 2 hits with a walk and 5 strikeouts, part of a 4-3 win over the Yankees, and his second straight win over the Yankees, as a matter of fact. The Red Sox have won 6 of his 9 starts this year, and they've scored 61 runs in those games, which is nearly 7 runs per game, which is certainly something Garrett Crochet is likely jealous of. He's not getting that kind of run support at all, but Hunter Dobbins certainly is, and the Red Sox hope to keep that up for him tonight. In order to do that, they're going to have to get to Giants starter Hayden Birdsong, the youngster, big righty, 3-1 with a 2.79 ERA in 5 starts. Ironically, Birdsong was brought into the rotation to replace Jordan Hicks, who got sent to the bullpen. Jordan Hicks, of course, the major league centerpiece of the trade with Rafael Devers. Now, you can make the argument that he's not the actual centerpiece of it, but he's the guy that's on the major league team right now. Everybody else is in the minors or in rookie ball, so you take that how you want to. He's 23 years old. He's from Illinois. 6th-round pick back in 2022 is Hayden Birdsong, an all-time baseball name, by the way. And his arsenal is a mid-90s fastball, tops out around 97, got a sharp curveball, a changeup, and a slider in the mix. First pitch tonight is at 10:15, and First Pitch is brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. If you've been hurt in a car or work accident, you got to get Glassman. Call all sevens at 617-777-7777. By the way, you can watch Red Sox pregame on Twitch. Just follow WEEI. It's brought to you by Subaru of New England. It's going to be a Subaru summer. Find your 2025 Subaru at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Time now for the Baseball Isn't Boring 2-Minute Grill, which is presented by McFarland Energy, the region's most dependable provider of home heating oil, including BioHeat, as well as expert HVAC services at McFarlandEnergy.com. Here with Rob Bradford, not Rafael Devers, not Mookie Betts, but another player who left Boston and was considered at one time a big part of the future and was signed to a deal that the Red Sox certainly couldn't match. That would be Xander Bogaerts, and here he is right now.
I know that your name has been brought up a lot lately about leadership and the importance that you were in Boston and continue to be in San Diego. I don't know if with the Rafi situation, if you had talked to him at all, looking from afar, or were you just way away from it?
No, I mean, you know, with him we talk quite often. You know, I mean, we played alongside each other for so long. You know, we hung out with each other at the field, away from the field, you name it. You know, we always had a special relationship. You know, not just on the field, but yeah, we always maintained in contact.
So you knew his frustration.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I knew a little bit. You know. Not that I saw any of this coming, you know. I mean,
where were you when you found out that he was traded?
We just finished the game in Arizona. Just sat down on my locker, the Sunday game. Sat down on my locker, and Bob Nightingale shows me on his phone, Rafael Devers traded. And I was like, huh? And nah. And then he thought it was a joke too. Not a joke, but like a...
Yeah. So someone hacked somebody.
Yeah, it was Robert.
Yeah, Robert Murray.
Uh-huh. And we both looked at it and it's like, nah. He was like, are you sure? I'm like, I don't know. So then I hit Devers up, and then he
was walking off the plane.
He got back at me right away, and the moment he told me, that's when I knew it was for real, you know? He told me before it kind of like... Everyone started, you know.
Oh, he knew that it was coming?
No. He wrote me.
Oh.
So I texted him, hey, is this true? And he replied to me before everyone started, like, you know, because at that point we still didn't know if it was true or not, you know. But once the source, I mean, the man say
when he got taken off the plane, I mean, it was like...
You want it? No, I
was not on the plane. Those were the good old days. And the reason I bring up your lead is because a lot of people, fair or not, because of your relationship with Rafi, say, you know, hey, Xander would have been able to communicate and everything. What's your take on that? Or was it just like Rafi's a grown guy and he's going to do it?
Hey, listen, man, he's a grown man, you know, and I saw Pedro, I saw David, you know, I mean, those guys are legends of the game, legends of the Red Sox organization. You know, even when I was around, you know, these guys were very helpful to me and to the organization. I mean, they did so much. I saw all their input, their take on it. I wonder I don't know what I would have done, but he's a grown man, you know, and whenever if he has some tough questions, you know, we talk about it, you know.
So you talked him through some of the stuff?
So yeah, you know, early parts.
I don't listen. This is your thing.
You know, the early parts of it. You know, I mean, hey, once the season comes, you know, he got his to deal with. I got mine to deal with the Padres. You know, but I mean, he was going through a tough situation because I also my second year here. You know, I moved to second. You know, and I ended up doing it. You know, his was a little different because during the season they also, you know, Costas got hurt and asked him to move to first or something.
That was Xander Bogaerts, a portion of the conversation he had there with Rob Bradford. Apparently, they had the interview in a library. Brad was whispering all the questions, but good stuff there from Brad Fro and certainly from Xander Bogaerts. Coming up in about 15 minutes, our own Will Fleming is going to sit down with Alex Cora. That's brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Hurry in for your last chance to get employee pricing for all during the Great American Sales Event. But coming up next, we'll head out to Oracle Park in San Francisco and talk with our good friend Lou Merloni about all the reporting of the day, the very quick reunion here with Rafael Devers in San Francisco, and all the stories and narratives and storylines surrounding it as we continue on with this season. That's coming up next. Don't go anywhere. Lou Merloni joins me on the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
20% off sunglasses from Shaden Precision Eyewear. Hurry over to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and use promo code SPRING. See better and play better with Shaden. That's SeeBetterPlayBetter.com. Promo code SPRING.
Going on vacation? We're here for it. With kids who turn a backseat into a courtroom drama over whose tablet is louder, whose charger is faster, and why watching the same cartoon for the 100th time is a human right? Yep, we totally have vehicles to handle that. Because whether it's a road trip or a business trip, where your flight's delayed, your phone's at 2%, and your dinner, whatever's open, yeah, here for that too. Enterprise, we're here for it.
Test, test, check 1, 2. You know you need unique New York. You know you need unique New York. Does that sound all right? Ah, that's better. You can always tell something's missing when you get isolated results. Like AI that's only right for one of your systems. Get AI that can work across your data and applications. Learn more at IBM.com. The AI built for business. IBM.
Hi, I'm Cadet Mo with Macedon Military Academy. We're inviting your teen to experience a global perspective on education while still coming home to family at the end of the day. Enrolling as a day student in Macedon comes with cutting-edge STEM education, excellent and unique athletics like rifle and JROTC Raiders, plus a college prep program with a 10-to-1 student-faculty ratio and a 100% college acceptance rate. Macedon is a perfect place to see your teen succeed. To learn more about our day student program, please visit our website, militarischool.com, or call our admissions team at 540-459-2167.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Welcome back. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. I'm Christian Arcand here with you as the Red Sox and the Giants kick off a 3-game weekend set out in San Francisco. Hunter Dobbins on the hill. He'll be going opposite Hayden Birdsong as the Red Sox get their first look in person at Rafael Devers in a San Francisco Giants uniform. And for more on that, we're joined by our good friend Lou Merloni, who's out at Oracle Park. Lou, how we doing today?
Oh, I'm good, Christian. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. I did a lot of reading today. I don't know if you did the same, but I had all these long articles. I read them all like 3 or 4 times each. Let's go ahead and start with the main points from Jeff Passan and Pete Abraham, and earlier in the week, McAdam and Cotillo and everybody who's been covering this. I think the main takeaway that I've had, Lou, I don't know what yours is, but mine is that this was not a baseball trade. It seems like that's the main thing that's come out of this, is that this, Shaughnessy asked about, all these people asked, was this a baseball trade? And they said, yeah, of course it was. But I think the reporting here tells a very different story. Would you agree with that?
Well, I think that there was, I guess, I don't know, defined baseball trade was just a salary dump. I think you had a guy that, regardless of kind of what is said now from his side, that didn't refuse to play first base. I mean, you know, I get it, too. They screwed this thing up from the very beginning and make him the DH, but when your first baseman blew out and your third baseman blew out, I need you to grab a glove and put you to first. We got guys that can play some third, and he just refused to do it. And however way you want to look at it, and that's why he was traded. Yeah, I mean, so if that's not a baseball trade, then they saw a team that was willing to take it on because they can't get a free agent to sign. They did it. They pulled it off. But if he was willing and able to play first, he never would have been traded, and this team would be better off.
I also wonder, Lou, like if the team was better, like at the time of when the meeting happened in Kansas City, let's say the Red Sox were 10 games over 500 and cruising along, would they maybe have been more tolerant of Devers' behavior and his reluctance to want to move over if the team was in a better spot? Do you see what I mean? Because like the biggest problem fans have is with the timing. So with the time, would it have been different if they were better and it wasn't right after they had first started playing well for the first time all year?
Yeah, I think the timing of it obviously wasn't great, right? With how they're playing baseball, he just swept the Yankees and I'm on a flight and he's getting taken off. But sometimes you can't really control the timing. Right. You know, the guy that they really wanted was pitching that night, and I don't know. So, Would it have happened if they were winning? I feel like you had so much youth in this locker room that you can't have like all these guys looking at a player saying, I refuse to play a position that the team wants me to. And I think that was the driving force. That's kind of what I got out of the whole thing, especially with Breslow and talking to him and hearing him speak. Like it was, how would you feel if you were a teammate? Like how would you feel if I was on your team and you saw two guys get blown out and one guy refuses to play because he's still holding a grudge? Like, listen, hold the grudge to the front office, but it makes our clubhouse better, it makes our team better if you just went over there, so I don't think it would have made a difference. I really don't.
That's interesting, because for all of the behind-the-scenes drama and the way it seemed like this was the day, if you read in Passan's thing, after that meeting, they said, come hell or high water, Rafael Devers is getting traded. And I just sort of feel like it's easier to do that when you're swimming around 500 as opposed to when you're finally getting your fans re-engaged. And part of the whole reason they gave him the extension in the first place, in the reports today, Lou, they said a bunch of high-level executives didn't want to do it, but they felt they needed to because fans were disengaging.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people felt that way, right? When you lost Mookie, when you lost Xander, it's like, well, I mean, Rafi's in the greatest spot in the world, right? They can't let this guy walk.
Right.
So you had to. You almost felt like you had to. So they did, whether some people disagreed with it or not, whatever. I don't know. That's from those reports, but it was a lot of interesting reading, I'll say that.
Yeah, it certainly was. Moving off of the Devers thing for a second, the other news of the week was Christian Campbell getting sent down to Worcester. I know you've been talking about this on the TV earlier today, but I think that for a lot of people, the decision to start Campbell as the opening day second baseman was a bit of a head scratcher from the very beginning. And now that he's been sent back down in a move that I think we all agree is probably a couple weeks too late, where do they stand right now in terms of that position, Campbell and his future, and sort of everything surrounding it?
I think it was right. I know a lot of the contract stuff about spring training, but I don't think Alex Cora really dives too much into that. He liked the right-handed bat and felt like it balanced his lineup because they didn't have any. And they believed in the bat. And in April, it was okay, but the adjustments weren't made as the league made adjustments towards him. So you're right. It was probably a couple weeks too late. I think that's what happens when you're kind of like a bad first guy, and you hurt the team defensively because he's learning a new position. Every position he plays is new to him. And so I think it's right. And I do believe him going down working at first base is the right move. I mean, think about 2 years from now. Where is he playing? I don't know if you can be a great defensive team with him at second base. He can get better. I never want to put limitations on a young kid, but if his bat starts to play, I think the future is at first base. So I think that's where it is. You need the kid to catch a breath a little bit and try to gain some confidence again in the box.
Speaking of kids who are up there right now, Hunter Dobbins, one of the kids pitching tonight, seems to be, I don't know, it's only been a couple of weeks, but it seems like he's sort of establishing himself as like a big moment, big game kind of pitcher. I know it's very early in his career, but those last two games with the Yankees, the story with his father, all that, he was able to compartmentalize all that pretty well for a young kid and go out there and pitch.
Yeah, it was, and we probably downplay it, right? Because, I mean, think about it. This rookie came up, he got thrown back into the rotation because Fitz goes down, and his two starts are against the Yankees, and he goes out and pitches great with some stuff swirling around, right? So I think that's just kind of who he is. Like, if you got to know him a little bit, he doesn't care. He doesn't care if he's facing Judge, the Yankees in Yankee Stadium, Bobby Witt Jr. It doesn't matter to him. He kind of has this, like, kind of confident cockiness to him that he's going to step on the mound and he's going to go out there and just overpower you. And it's impressive. Hopefully it can continue. I like the way he pitches. I think he's aggressive and pounds the zone.
Team is playing well. They won another series against Seattle. It's rare to trade a guy to the NL West and then have to face him like later that week. But I guess this is sort of a general question here, Lou. What's the mood of the team right now, knowing they're about to be reunited or back on the field here with their old teammate?
Well, they know it's going to be a little bit awkward. They know he's a dangerous hitter. I feel like the mood really hasn't changed. I think deep down they kind of know that offensively they're not the same team. I just feel like, judging by some of the reactions from some of the players, it is a little surprising that you're sort of like, whatever, we got a game to play. And maybe that's telling. I don't know. But they've been playing well. The offense has to get going. They really need some guys to step up. They're doing this with pitching. You can't go out there and give up 0 or 1 run for 7 of 8 games. That's not going to last. You can get good pitching, and you still got to put up 4 or 5 on a night. So offensively, they really got to pick it up, and it's not easy without a guy like Devers. So They got to find out a few guys got to get hot here.
Will Fleming and his brother Dave Fleming very close to each other as you're out there in San Francisco. How hard are those two guys broing down this weekend?
Oh, we just got off the golf course today. It was a big bro down. Typical, I just outdrove you. Well, I'm in the middle of the fairway. Well, it doesn't really matter. See who makes the pot. Like, it was just back and forth all day long. But they'll be together in the booth tomorrow, so that'll be fun.
Sounds great. All right, Lou Merlone, great to talk with you. We'll look forward to the call of the game.
All right, Christian, talk to you later, buddy.
That is the voice of Lou Merlone, him and Will Fleming, not Dave Fleming, but his brother Will, going to be calling the game for the Red Sox against Dave Fleming's Giants here tonight on WEEI and Red Sox Radio Network. Don't go anywhere. Coming up next, we will talk with Alex Cora, Will Fleming, Will specifically, and we'll hear all his thoughts on coming out to San Francisco, this last series here with the Mariners, the Christian Campbell situation, and everything in between. That's all coming up next here on the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today and feel comfortable about tomorrow.
Thumbtack presents Uncertainty Strikes. I was surrounded. The aisle and the options were closing in. There were paint rollers, satin and matte finish, angle brushes, and natural bristles. There were too many choices. What if I never got my living room painted? What if I couldn't figure out what type of paint to use? What if I just used Thumbtack? I can hire a top-rated pro that knows everything about interior paint, easily compare prices, and read reviews. Thumbtack knows homes. Download the app today.
Going on vacation? We're here for it. With kids who turn the back seat into a courtroom drama over whose tablet is louder, whose charger is faster, and why watching the same cartoon for the 100th time is a human right? Yep, we totally have vehicles to handle that. Because whether it's a road trip or a business trip, where your flight's delayed, your phone's at 2%, and your dinner, whatever's open, yeah, here for that too. Enterprise, we're here for it.
20% off sunglasses from Shadon Precision Eyewear. Hurry over to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and use promo code SPRING. See better and play better with Shadon. That's SeeBetterPlayBetter.com. Promo code SPRING.
Get your tickets to see the New England Revolution take on the Colorado Rapids at Gillette Stadium on Saturday, June 28th at 7:30.
This place erupts.
The Revs are looking to continue their ascent up the standings during the Interconference Showdown, Saturday, June 28th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
Get ready for July 4th with early savings at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 40% off select major appliances and get an additional 10% off 2 or more select major appliances. Plus, get 3 Stay Green or premium 2 cubic foot mulch bags for just $10. These deals are coming in hot. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 6/25. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Just one bite of the deliciously comforting flavor of easy cooking Eckrich smoked sausage is enough to take you all the way home. Its naturally hardwood smoked taste sends you away to those summer days with Dad at the grill. Take a bite and see for yourself. Eckrich.
Hey, what was the name of that learning app again?
IXL. It gives each kid the exact support they need.
Are we talking about IXL? My kids love it, and research shows it even boosts test scores.
IXL, the learning program 16 million students trust. Try it today at IXL.com.
When you're ready to replace windows in your home with Marvin Windows and Doors, the team at Riverhead Building Supply can help.
We know that the installation process can seem scary, but we'll put your mind at ease.
Browse our complete replacement window and door collection to learn how Marvin Windows and Doors offer durability, style, and strength.
We'll help you select your new Marvin Windows and Doors.
Visit a Riverhead Building Supply location or rbscorp.com.
You want to deliver the best retail experiences, but it's hard, especially with multiple stores, staff, fulfillment centers, GMVs, KPIs, OKRs, and the only thing harder is being in charge of it all. But when you switch to Shopify Point of Sale, you can unify retail operations and guarantee smooth shopping across every location. Shopify POS, the best retail experiences without complexity. Visit shopify.com/without complexity to learn more.
Going on vacation? We're here for it. With kids who turn the back seat into a courtroom drama over whose tablet is louder, whose charger is faster, and why watching the same cartoon for the 100th time is a human right? Yep, we totally have vehicles to handle that. Because whether it's a road trip or a business trip, where your flight's delayed, your phone's at 2%, and your dinner, whatever's open, yeah, here for that too. Enterprise, we're here for it.
With new McValue at McDonald's, you get more than you expect. So after a long day, buy a double cheeseburger and add a McChicken for $1. Because saving with deals is always on the menu with new McValue.
Prices and participation may vary. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
Yes! I love this game.
IXL is actually a learning app that helps them excel in math, science, language arts, even social studies. But it's so fun, my kiddo calls it a game.
Yes! I'm crushing it!
Yeah, you are. He loves the awards and motivating feedback on IXL. It's one of his favorite things to do after school. He loves the challenge. I love the results.
Yes!
IXL, the learning program 16 million students trust. Try it today at IXL.com.
This is Alex Cora. You are listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
Welcome back. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. I'm Christian Arcan, and before every game, we interview Red Sox manager Alex Cora. Alex Cora on WEEI is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Hurry in for your last chance to get employee pricing for all during the Great American Sales Event. Here with the manager Alex Cora is the voice of the Boston Red Sox, Will Fleming.
With the manager Alex Cora, game 1 in San Francisco, nothing at all going on with or around this ball club, Alex. That was the biggest gathering of writers you've had all year, obviously. All eyes on the guy who was out there taking ground balls at first base today for the San Francisco Giants. What's it like to look out and see him in a different uniform on a day like this?
No, it's different, but there's a route we took, right? We decided to make a trade with the Giants, and we just got to be ready to play. You know, like I said earlier, you know, Rafi was amazing for the Red Sox since he got called up in 2017 until the last day he played for us. 500 extra base hits, the homers, the smile, all that stuff, you know, and like I said, man, like we will miss him, you know, but we gotta be ready to play a big league game and try to win the series.
You've been in this dugout so many times with the Red Sox and seen him, whether against Garrett Cole or any Yankee pitcher or in the playoffs. He does have this amazing ability when the pressure is highest to elevate. You expect him to be sort of locked in, wouldn't you, this weekend against his old team?
He's always locked in. You know, there's no doubt that he prepares and he's always ready to play. So, you know, I don't think he's going to make a big deal out of it. You know, it's just more at-bats, and obviously he wants to win, you know, and they just lost a series against Cleveland, and, you know, they need to pick it up, right, in a tough division. So I expect him to go out there and perform.
You had such a good relationship and still do, Alex. Have you had a bunch of conversations with him after, or are you just leaving him alone to get settled here for a few days?
No, I haven't talked to him, to be honest with you. You know, we went to Seattle, and now we're here. There's a lot of stuff in my plate, too. So, you know, we'll catch up whenever we catch up.
Christian Campbell goes down to AAA. It felt like he had just been struggling so much, and now he gets to breathe a little bit and work on defense at first base too. How long in the works sort of was that decision to give him a little breather?
No, we were talking about it, and you know, there's a few things that we have noticed throughout the last few weeks offensively that's not him, right? So we're gonna help him to get to the point that where he was last year and early in the season, just putting him in that environment. Defensively, you know, he still has work to do at second, in the outfield, at first base, and I think this is a good way for him to get reps, especially at first base. And one of the things that it's not about going down there and hitting 400. It's about going down there and working the things that we tell you to do. And, you know, he's been very diligent with everything we gave him here at the big league level, and I expect the same thing down there.
Is the top of that list sort of that pitch selection, the sinkers that are in? Now, the hard thing is, Alex, he's not going to see, you know, the quality of pitching that he did here. But is that sort of the main focus, that inside pitch to him?
I think that pitch last year, he was chasing it too, you know, and obviously, like you said, it's not the same quality of pitch, but this is where we at. You know, this is a decision we had to make. Recognizing the shape of the pitch is important. You know, four-seamer, cutter, or sinker. And when he's on, you know, he's a fastball very hard to right center. And the last few weeks, he wasn't able to do that.
So he played so much second base. Hamilton's in there today. Is there a chance we see Cedon there? What will be the plan on the days that David Hamilton does not play second base?
We can play Marcelo there, and we can play Romy there too. So we'll take it day by day. One thing about him, he's a good defender. Hopefully we can get him going offensively. But in places like this, that run prevention comes into play. It's good to have Hammy at second.
Red Sox fans were pretty excited with an Instagram post by your new third baseman. He had the full battery emoji. Like he's geared up, isn't he, Alex? And how can we expect? When can we expect to have Bregman back?
Yeah, sooner rather than later, but not this week. Not this week. If it's up to him, he'll be here DHing probably. But excited about him. He feels the progress is real compared to the injury in Houston a few years ago. He's way ahead of time. So we just have to be patient, And there's a big bat, a big guy in the clubhouse that we need, and he's been contacting everybody, going over scouting reports and this and that. He's still a part of the team, but like I said before, he needed to stay in Boston to take care of himself, and he's doing an outstanding job.
We've talked a lot about how Marcelo looks the part. He's really settled in. It's almost like he just needed a couple weeks I know it's going to be still bumpy. It's his first time in the big leagues, but do you sense that maybe he's really getting totally settled in?
Yeah, I think at the end it's pitch selection, right? When you're chasing pitches out of zone, you're going to struggle. When you're not doing that, you're going to hit the ball hard. And I think the at-bats are really good right now. He worked on a few things with Pete in Seattle the second day, and it paid off, And like I always said, man, it takes one swing to left center to get locked in. He drove that ball in the second game of the series, and then he pulled the base hit, and he put some good at-bats. So hopefully this is the beginning of something good for him, and, get him hot and keep contributing.
Same with Duran, right? I mean, those line drives had to be encouraging to you. They didn't always find grass, but usually when that happens, good things are following, right?
Yeah. We need him to get going. I think, it's about pitch selection with him. He was able to push them down and hit the ball hard. So today, tough matchup. These guys, they can pitch, man. It's going to be a grind the whole weekend, but we're ready for it.
It seems like every time after Crochet pitches, I say to you, something about him that day was super impressive and was ace-like. And maybe he didn't have his A++ stuff, but he found a way to really make big pitches when he had to. Did that stand out to you?
Yeah, it looked like the first 3 innings he was grinding through mechanics and stuff, and then after that he found the groove and he finished. And the bullpen was amazing. One thing about Garrett, I've been saying it all along, man, it doesn't matter what happens that day, the next day he's ready to go for the next one. And that's what the aces do. They take care of the team, and then they'll get ready for the next opponent.
You guys track so much stuff, right? Pitches, throws in the bullpen, days off, up and downs, all that stuff. Is it your instinct that like a big couple of starts against the rival like the Yankees where he's emptying the tank, is it possible that those are like higher pressure pitches that you need to think of differently going into the next one?
Probably. We feel it, right? Sometimes when we play the Yankees, when the weekend is over, you feel exhausted, and then you have to play Tampa, right? And, probably that's how he felt, He emptied the tank against the Yankees that day. Judge got him, and then he faced the Mariners. But his stuff was still really good, He started spinning the ball later on, and he got some swing and misses and made some big pitches.
How about Hunter? I mean, another guy who a couple good ones against the Yankees. What have you seen in his development here at this level?
He adjusts, and he's adding to his repertoire. You saw what happened with the Yankees. He started throwing a two-seamer. It seems like it caught them off guard. So hopefully, tonight, the spotlight is on us, right? It's going to be fun. People are going to be watching, and hopefully he can perform.
These places out west are pretty special, Alex. I mean, we come from T-Mobile, one of the beautiful spots in baseball. This is another one. What are your impressions of, I know you came here as a player, but what do you make of this ballpark and this city as a baseball market?
I tell you what, weekends in San Fran, especially with the 1 o'clock game on Saturdays, are awesome. I never complain whenever we came here with the Dodgers, playing at 7, playing at 1, and playing at 5, the Sunday night game, because Saturday you play, you go out, have a great dinner, and then, you'll be ready for Sunday.
So you got some spots around town lined up?
I do.
We appreciate it. Thanks, Alex.
Thank you, Will.
That is Alex Cora, the manager of the Boston Red Sox, with Will Fleming, the voice of the Boston Red Sox. You can watch Red Sox pregame on Twitch. Just follow WEEI. It's going to be a Subaru summer. Find your 2025 Subaru at SubaruofNewEngland.com. And it's pregame, and that means it's time to crack a cold harpoon before our first crack at bat. Find your local Packy at Harpoon.com. Harpoon, first or forever, must be 21 or over. Please drink responsibly. Coming up on the Mass Mutual pregame show, we got the starting lineups. We got the Subaru scoreboard, and we got our lock of the game, which I'm feeling good about. I don't know why, but I am feeling good about it. Also, our Chevy question of the night. That's all coming up next here on the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
You want to grow your business. I mean, who doesn't? Constant Contact's marketing platform makes marketing way easier and way more effective. Even if you know nothing about marketing, you can easily create email, text, social, events, and digital campaigns in just a few clicks. It's why over 500,000 business owners trust Constant Contact for their digital marketing needs. Constant Contact, helping the small stand tall. Get a free 30-day trial when you go to ConstantContact.com. ConstantContact.com.
20% off sunglasses from Shade Precision Eyewear. Hurry over to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and use promo code SPRING. See better and play better with Shade. That's SeeBetterPlayBetter.com. Promo code SPRING.
Get your tickets to see the New England Revolution take on the Colorado Rapids at Gillette Stadium on Saturday, June 28th at 7:30. The Revs are looking to continue their ascent up the standings during the Interconference Showdown, Saturday, June 28th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
Get ready for July 4th with early savings at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 40% off select major appliances and get an additional 10% off 2 or more select major appliances. Plus, get 3 Stay Green or premium 2 cubic foot mulch bags for just $10. These deals are coming in hot. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 6/25. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Raising Cane's is the only fuel I need. Their chicken fingers always fill my tank. So when I'm running on fumes, I always refuel at Raising Cane's. But turns out, not everything's fueled by Cane's. Guess the old girl prefers her sauce unleaded. One love.
Sometimes, when life brings you change, you also have to change your health coverage. Like when you're having a baby, or getting married, or turning 26 and aging off your parents' plan. Or even when you're no longer covered by insurance you had through your job. At HealthSource RI, we can help you change coverage to keep up with these life changes and others. Learn about all the life events and changes that may qualify you for health coverage at healthsourceri.com.
Ask your smart speaker to play 93.7 WEEI. Now back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Welcome back. It's the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. I'm Christian Arcand. Game 1 between the Red Sox and the San Francisco Giants, a reunion. Rafael Devers with his old team and his old teammates. And speaking of his old teammates, it's time for the Herb Chambers starting lineups. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars, we help people buy them. For the Red Sox, leading off in left field is Jarren Duran. He'll be followed by the catcher Carlos Narvaez in the 2 spot. Interesting. Roman Anthony will bat third and DH. Abraham Toro is your cleanup hitter. Wilyer Abreu, who was activated today, the corresponding move to Christian Campbell being sent down to Worcester, will bat 5th and play right field. Trevor Story, who had the go-ahead home run against Seattle on Wednesday, will bat 6th and play shortstop. Marcelo Meyer in the 7th spot at 3rd. Ceddanne Rafaela in center, and David Hamilton will bat 9th and play second base behind the starter, Hunter Dobbins. For the Giants, Little Yaz Bread, Mike Yastrzemski will be leading off in right field, followed by Elliot Ramos in left. Rafael Devers is your 3rd batter and DH tonight, not playing first base, may not play first base all weekend. Wilmer Flores will be batting 4th and playing first base. Jung-Hoo Lee is your center fielder in the 5 spot. Willie Adames will bat 6th and play shortstop. He'll be followed by Casey Schmidt, the 3rd baseman. Patrick Bailey doing the catching, and Christian Koss will bat 9th and play second base behind the starter, Hayden Birdsong. It's time now for the Subaru scoreboard update. It's going to be a Subaru summer. Find your 2025 Subaru at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Some finals to tell you about already. One of them very important for the Red Sox. That is the Seattle Mariners, who scored a 9-4 win over the Cubs, and it was a notable one as Cal Raleigh, the big dumper, had 2 home runs in this game, and in doing so broke Johnny Bench's record for home runs by a catcher before the All-Star break. His major league leading 28th and 29th. That's 3 more than Aaron Judge now, as the Mariners score a 9-4 win over the Cubs today. Easy cruise win for them. Speaking of the American League East, the Toronto Blue Jays, who are also in the wild card hunt, knocked down by the Chicago White Sox tonight, due in large part to Andrew Benintendi, who had a home run and an RBI single. White Sox take that one by a score of 7-1. Jansen Junk, who is my favorite name in baseball right now. I know I said Hayden Birdsong, who's pitching for the Giants tonight, got nothing on Jansen Junk. That's a name right there. And he pitched well today. 5 innings for the Marlins, 1 run on 5 hits with no walks and 5 strikeouts. He picks up the win as the Marlins beat the Braves by a final score of 6-2. Rangers 6-2 winners over the Pirates. Adolis Garcia with a home run in that one. Bunch of games in progress to tell you about. A AL East matchup happening in the Bronx right now. It's the Yankees trailing the Orioles by a score of 4-3, and Baltimore still threatening. They got 2 runners on and just 1 out as Luke Weaver trying to pitch his way out of it. The Orioles looking to add to their lead and try and take a piece out of the Yankees there. The Rays up big on the Tigers as the good teams in the American League, the leading teams, all struggling tonight. Rays lead the Tigers by a score of 9-3. They're in the top of the 6th inning. Detroit trying to come back. They got a couple runners on right now. Out in Philadelphia, it's the Phillies leading the Mets by a score of 8-2. That game headed to the top of the 8th inning in the city of brotherly love. Top 9 in St. Louis. The Reds trail the Cardinals by a score of 6-1. Heading into the top of the 7th inning in Minnesota, it's the Brewers up 3-0 over the Twins, another team that the Red Sox would like to see fall further in the standings as they're right there in the wild card as well. Bottom 4th at Coors Field, Rockies trail the D-backs by a score of 6-4. Heading into the top of the 2nd inning in Anaheim, the Astros up to a 2-0 lead over the Angels. Bottom of the 1st in San Diego, the Padres, who are scrapping with the Dodgers these past couple of nights. They're taking on the Royals, and the Royals lead that one by a score of 1-0 heading into the top of the 2nd out in San Diego. A 10:05 start time at Sutter Health Park in Sacramento for the A's and the Guardians. The Guardians, another team just a half game out, and with the Mariners winning, the Red Sox and the Mariners currently tied for that wild card. Red Sox need the win to maintain their lead, and if they lose and the Guardians win, then they will be behind both the Guardians and the Mariners. A 10:10 start time for the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium. They're hosting the Nationals. It will be Clayton Kershaw getting the start opposite, who is it? Mackenzie Gore going for the Nationals. And there it is. That is your slate of games. A busy slate of games here on this Friday night. Time now for the lock of the game, which is presented by Interlock Roofing. Never re-roof again at NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. I'm going with Abraham Toro to drive in a run tonight. He's batting 4th. He's batting cleanup. And there is a very short porch there at Oracle Park. It's not deep, all right? You know, on right field, it's not deep. So I'm not saying he's going to hit a home run or anything, but he's going to be looking at that short field in right, and I think Toro is going to come through. I just have a feeling. I'm just all guts here in the late night. That's the way it's going. And finally, every game we have the New England Chevy Dealers question of the day. Together we drive. Listen in for that during the broadcast today. The question is, did the Red Sox make the right decision sending Christian Campbell back to AAA? Will Fleming and Lou Merloni will discuss the results during tonight's broadcast. I can tell you this. If you're voting no, you're in the extreme minority. Right now, it's 92% saying yes, they did make the right decision, only 8% saying no. You've been listening to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. But first, let's pause 10 seconds for station ID right here on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Once again, this is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. I'm Christian Arcan. Hang tight. Don't move a muscle. Red Sox in action next. Will and Lou on the call right here on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
You've been listening to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Mass Mutual, insurance, planning, investments. The Red Sox are coming up next on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Get your tickets to see the New England Revolution take on the Colorado Rapids at Gillette Stadium on Saturday, June 28th at 7:30. The Revs are looking to continue their ascent up the standings during the Interconference Showdown, Saturday, June 28th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
Sometimes when life brings you change, you also have to change your health coverage. Like when you're having a baby, or getting married, or turning 26 and aging off your parents' plan. Or even when you're no longer covered by insurance you had through your job. At HealthSource RI, we can help you change coverage to keep up with these life changes and others. Learn about all the life events and changes that may qualify you for health coverage at healthsourceri.com.
Rarely does a product come to the game of professional golf that is so quickly embraced by the pros. Shade-In Precision Eyewear is that product. Go to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and find out why Shade-In sunglasses are trusted by tour players and their caddies. Shade-In is so confident in their product, they're offering a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and use the code SPRING to receive 20% off your order. That's SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and the code SPRING to experience golf's finest eyewear.
Get ready for July 4th with early savings at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 40% off select major appliances and get an additional 10% off 2 or more select major appliances. Plus, get 3 Stay Green or premium 2 cubic foot mulch bags for just $10. These deals are coming in hot. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 6/25. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
With new McValue at McDonald's, you get more than you expect. So after a long day, buy a double cheeseburger and add a McChicken for $1. Because saving with deals is always on the menu with new McValue.
Prices and participation may vary. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
Raising Cane's is the only fuel I need. Their chicken fingers always fill my tank. So when I'm running on fumes, I always refuel at Raising Cane's. But turns out, not everything's fueled by Cane's. Guess the old girl prefers her sauce unleaded. One love.
Some people follow the rules, but where's the fun in that? I'm Saraya, and this is Rule Breakers, the podcast where we celebrate the rebels, the risk takers, and the ones who make their own way. Every week, I sit down with the boldest voices in sports, entertainment, and beyond to talk about breaking barriers, defying expectations, and rewriting the rules. No limits, no apologies, just real talk. Follow and listen to Rule Breakers with Saraya, an Odyssey podcast available now for free on the Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
You want to grow your business. I mean, who doesn't? Constant Contact's marketing platform makes marketing way easier and way more effective. Even if you know nothing about marketing, you can easily create email, text, social, events, and digital campaigns in just a few clicks. It's why over 500,000 business owners trust Constant Contact for their digital marketing needs. Constant Contact, helping the small stand tall. Get a free 30-day trial when you go to ConstantContact.com. ConstantContact.com.
Hey Boston, need more room? At CubeSmart, we believe in storage that puts you first. That means our team of storage experts is there for you, in person or online, to help you find the space you need. Get storage that puts you first with CubeSmart Self-Storage. Find storage in Boston and move in today.
For the best deal on tires, head to Town Fair Tire. We beat every competitor every day on every tire. Tire dealers, we beat them. Clubs, we beat them. Online prices, we beat them. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're listening to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now, back to the play-by-play action. This is... Red Sox baseball.
Can you believe it?
On the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
And the left field, adios. Sale winds, he fires. Swing and a miss, strike three, it's over.
And the Red Sox win on a wall double by Devers.
Jump on his back, fellas. The Red Sox win.
The Red Sox on WEEI are brought to you by Shaws and Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network. Subaru of New England. Find your authorized Subaru retailer at SubaruofNewEngland.com.
And Hideo Novo's pitched a no-hitter.
Mass Mutual, insurance, planning, investments. Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
And that ball is gone into the front row of the monster seats.
Drains by James. Eastern Mass's choice for drain cleaning and pipelining. Arbella. Here for good.
Devers is homered in 5. 5 straight.
Buy cars for kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today. Ford Trucks, official truck of the Boston Red Sox.
Strike 3 and no-hitter. 23-year-old Clay Buchholz has no-hit the Baltimore Orioles.
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Sponsored by Town Fair Tire. For the best prices on tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Duran will score.
Dig Safe. Click digsafe.com or call 811 before you dig. Cape Cod Lumber. Find the lumber for your next project. cclco.com.
Way back. Grand slam.
Citgo. Club Citgo can save you money every day. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. 110 Grill. Gluten-free dining done right. CNS Wholesale Grocers.
It's gone. Into the bullpen.
Brought to you by FindMassMoney.gov. The Department of Veteran Affairs. Hackman Wealth Partners. Boston's premier retirement planning specialist. Herb Chambers. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars, we help people buy them. Interlock Metal Roofing. Visit NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. Never re-roof again.
Swing and a miss. He got him. Battle won by House.
McFarland Energy, the region's most dependable provider of home heating oil delivery, as well as expert HVAC services at McFarlandEnergy.com. Northern Bank, your partner for growth.
Here's the throw. Roberts dives, and he is safe.
And by Verizon Wireless, the network Boston relies on. New England Chevy dealers. Together, let's drive.
Goodbye, Christian Campbell.
Now, with all the play-by-play action, here's Will Fleming and Lou Merlone.
Live from Oracle Park in the city by the bay, San Francisco, California, the home of the San Francisco Giants. We welcome you to Game 1 of a 3-game series between the Red Sox and these Giants. Of course, the big story in all of Major League Baseball, the trade between these two teams 5 days ago. Rafael Devers comes to San Francisco. He plays his 4th game in their uniform, and the Red Sox saw him taking ground balls today at first base as they arrive into the city by the bay. Along with Lou Merlone, I'm Will Fleming. As the Red Sox, winners of 4 straight series, look to keep it going. 2 games above 500. The Giants, a red-hot start, but their offense has really fallen on hard times. And they still, though, sit 9 games above 500 and right in the mix in the loaded National League West. Well, we got a lot to get to here today, Lou, and it was pretty jarring to walk into this ballpark and look out at first base in a Giants uniform with a first baseman's mitt on. Rafael Devers taking ground balls.
It is strange, you know, and it's not because of how it ended, but you just think about, you're hearing so much about Rafael Devers, the minor leaguer, the prospect, the hitter, and then seeing for the first time in 17, and just saw him for the first time just 20 years old. I know you worked with him when you were in the minor league, so to see him here, you know, traded, what was it, 4 days ago, whatever, 5 days ago, whatever it was, and be in San Fran to see him, you know, in the Giants uniform, putting him in the lineup for the Giants. It's just, it's strange, it's odd, and hopefully you get through the weekend and just put it in the past and move on. But yeah, I didn't like seeing him take grounders at first. I really didn't, and that bothered me because I figured if he was willing to play first, he would still be a member of the Red Sox. He could play there the next 5 or 6 years, and of course this lineup would be better than it is right now.
He bats third. He's the DH for the Giants tonight. I'm with you, Lou, that just the visceral, emotional reaction that I felt seeing him doing something that he promised to not do with the Red Sox. It was, you just got to be flatly fair about this. We're going to focus on the games. We're going to talk about the Red Sox and the Giants all weekend long. It was really difficult to think about the fact that 96 hours changes his mind about something that this club desperately needed.
Yeah, not really a surprise either, right? Coming in here, new team, first time traded, new organization, whatever you need. But yeah, it's, listen, the whole thing, I get it, was messed up from the very beginning. It's just that I would have liked to have seen him try. You know, when your ownership flies out to talk to you and he says, you know what, maybe I'll try it next year. I don't know how that sits. Now, that's not to say that this guy had to be traded, in my opinion. There might be some in the organization that feel like he had to. You know, I honestly felt like, okay, we're past it. Toro, Romeo playing first base in spring training. Let's get him over there at first base. But they felt otherwise with a very young group, a very young clubhouse, that they needed to send a message.
National Anthem brought to you by BuildSubmarines.com, where you'll find stable, sustaining, skilled trades careers helping bring the next generation of U.S. Navy submarines to life. We build giants because it takes one to build one. It's a packed house on the shores of the San Francisco Bay, and this is really one of the great scenes in all of Major League Baseball. Home of the Giants, a lovely instrumental rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner. And, you know, we will, of course, Lou, talk about all things Rafi. He met with the Boston writers today, continuously said, I don't want to talk about the past. Well, that's not going to work. The Red Sox will be talking about the past for quite some time. You set that aside for one moment, and here we are just as we were in Seattle. This is really one of the most breathtaking views in all of Major League Baseball. The Red Sox have won 4 straight series. They've clawed right back into the American League East race. They're a wild card team right now. Yankees losing again to the Baltimore Orioles. So the Red Sox over the last 10 days or so, starting with their series against the Yankees, Lou, they've changed their season.
And it's all been pitching. I mean, the pitching's been absolutely outstanding. Offensively, they have to get it going a little bit. They're catching the Giants team that isn't loaded offensively. There's a reason why they needed to go out and get a guy like Rafael Devers. But when you start 1 time, 2 times through the rotation to fill the Garrett Crochet days, you're gonna be successful. But give them credit. You know, they've gone out, thrown the ball real well. The bullpen's been fantastic, and they've put the wins on the board. You know, they didn't waste them. They didn't waste the outings. But offensively, I think we all know you got to get some guys going here.
Different lineup tonight, obviously. Abraham Toro's going to be the cleanup man. They got speed up and down. Christian Campbell is down to AAA. Of course, that's not to bury the lead, but with all the Devers news, I mean, it's an enormous decision by the Red Sox. You and I both think the right one to send Campbell down to AAA. He's going to get a lot of work defensively at first base. He needed to get an offensive reset down there, and so the Red Sox send him back down.
Well, we were wondering for a week or so, right? I mean, it was a while where we were talking about it, but you know, because defensively he's struggling. Defensively, you look at the metrics; he's the worst defensive second baseman in the game, and offensively, he just looked like it was kind of in quicksand. Like he couldn't get out of it. He wasn't hitting the ball with authority. So, and he was getting replaced, you know, as soon as he could late in games with David Hamilton. So you're going to see Romy Gonzalez there. And the question really to me is, will you start seeing Cedar Rafael in there?
Alex Cora addressed that. We'll get to that through the broadcast. How about tonight's starting lineups?
Let's do it. Morgan & Morgan starting lineups. America's largest injury law firm for the Boston Red Sox leading off. Will be Jarren Duran in left field. Batting second will be Carlos Narvaez doing the catching. Roman Anthony will be your designated hitter batting third with Abraham Toro batting fourth at first base. Wilyer Abreu, fresh off the IL, he'll be in right field batting fifth with Trevor Story batting sixth, playing shortstop. Marcelo Meyer down to the 7th spot. He bat in 7 hole. He plays third base. Cedar Rafaela, he will be in center field batting 8th, and David Hamilton bats 9th. He'll be at second base. For the Giants, leading off will be the right fielder, Mike Yastrzemski. Batting second will be Elliot Ramos. He'll be in left field with Rafi Devers, the designated hitter, batting third.
How strange does it sound to say that?
It's just weird. Like I just messed up and put the wrong guy on the wrong team. But that's right. Devers will DH tonight and bat third. Wilmer Flores, he's the first baseman. He bats fourth. Jung-Hoo Lee, the center fielder, bats fifth. Willie Adames will be at shortstop batting sixth, with Casey Schmidt at third base batting seventh. The great defensive catcher, Patrick Bailey, he will bat eighth. And Christian Koss, former Red Sox minor league farmhand, he will play second base, and he will bat ninth. That is your Morgan & Morgan starting lineup, America's largest injury law firm. Well, the youngster, the 23-year-old Hayden Birdsong, who was put in this rotation now for 5 starts, and in those 5 starts, he's gone 2-1 with a 3.24, was in the bullpen throwing the ball really, really well. Good fastball, 96, going to ride on top of the zone, and Red Sox got their hands full again, constantly seeing good pitching night after night, and this is what the Giants do. They throw the ball real well. Another challenging night for this offense as Jarren Duran gets ready to step in. The top of the first out here in beautiful San Francisco. Now it's time for the play-by-play. The voice of the Boston Red Sox, Will Fleming.
So wonderful to be with you yet again, Lou. Out here, one of the great settings in all of baseball. Birdsong's first pitch to Duran is swung on and fouled back. He was ready to hit. A 5-mile-an-hour fastball. 75 degrees earlier today, 61 at the time of the first pitch, 7:15 p.m. right on time. Punctuality in San Francisco. The 0-1 to Duran is down and in. Birdsong's got a huge arm. You're talking about it. They got a pitching factory going here, and Duran have hit a couple hard line drives last time out in Seattle. That's the count level. 1-1 time and temp. Brought to you by Hatfield. Better care and better pork. The 1-1. Duran pops it up. Onto the left side of the infield, Casey Schmidt. He's in front of the shortstop, Adames. He's there to make the play, and there's one away. Matt Chapman is injured. Rafael Devers will not play third base with the San Francisco Giants. Again, he was taking ground balls at first. He's the DH tonight. And now for the first time, Carlos Narvaez is going to bat second for the Red Sox. One down. This guy, when he's on, can be overpowering. Hayden Birdsong. The pitch to Carlos bounces in. That was a curveball that missed badly, and it's 1-0.
Now help me out. You know this ballpark well because the wind is gusting out to right field. Does it swirl or is that accurate?
I think it really does swirl. I mean, those flags are pegged out there. The 1-0 is swung on a miss. That was nasty, a slider. To the naked eye, you're right, Lou. You'd look at those flags and say balls are going to fly out to right. They're not. I mean, the marine air always hovers over this ballpark. You have to crank one to get it out of here. Really one of the great pitching ballparks in the game is the 1-1 is a strike on the outside corner, a curveball, and it's 1-2.
I was going to say, if those flags are playing true, it's kind of like the 18th hole at San Fran Golf Club today. Gusting out in the golf course. Played a little golf today, this morning.
On that particular hole, the wind did not help me. 1-2 to Narvaez. One down, just underway in SF. The pitch is swung on and missed. Man, I mean, they're not picking it up from Birdsong at all. That was a curveball that was missed by 2 feet by Narvaez, and they're 2 away.
Well, this kid Birdsong, 23-year-old, the average fastball is going to sit around 95, and the slider and curveball are big swing and miss pitches. The changeup as well to lefties. The slider changeup sits around 89. They're both similar. The curveball a little slower at 80, but we've already seen some big swing and miss with it.
Here now, Roman Anthony, left-handed hitter. He takes a fastball outside for ball 1. First strikeout of the game brought to you by Weichert Realtors. I mean, Anthony is 2 for his first 27 in the big leagues. The 1-0 is a strike on the outside corner. And come down on whatever side you want of the Red Sox deal for pitchers for Rafael Devers. The lineup is so different without him in it. The 1-1 to Roman is sky high and deep into left field. Back at the warning track on the run. Ramos is there, and leaping up, he makes the play on the run. Roman gave that a ride the other way, but not on this night, and not in this yard. 3 up, 3 down. Hunter Dobbins to the mound. No score, and coming up third in a Giants uniform, Rafael Devers, right after this on the Shaws and Star Market, WEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
Get ready for July 4th with early savings at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 40% off select major appliances and get an additional 10% off 2 or more select major appliances. Plus, get 3 Stay Green or premium 2 cubic foot mulch bags for just $10. These deals are coming in hot. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 6/25. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
A spring evening is the ideal time to hit up your group chat, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and catch the NHL Finals. Because cross-checks on ice deserve exhilarating refreshment served ice-cold.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the Dew.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel or that white chocolate mocha. Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
Get your tickets to see the New England Revolution take on the Colorado Rapids at Gillette Stadium on Saturday, June 28th at 7:30. The Revs are looking to continue their ascent up the standings during the Interconference Showdown, Saturday, June 28th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
We're right back to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Hunter Dobbins' first pitch at the bottom of the first to Mike Yastrzemski is a strike on the outside corner. Yes, Yaz is batting against the Red Sox as the fastball's in there. I don't know what's going on. Narvaez just totally dropped that baseball. Maybe having a hard time picking it up off the reflection on the batter's eye.
Yeah, you see the left center field wall is in the shade, but that batter's eye is in the sun. I don't know if that affected some things, but
he never does that. The 0-2 is in the dirt. You know, I was thinking about that, Lou, that the swings on the breaking pitches in the first inning from Narvaez made you wonder whether it's hard to see the baseball right now.
Yeah. Guys didn't have great swings, although Anthony hit that changeup really well. Breaking ball, Narvaez didn't look like he ever picked it up.
Yastrzemski, Carl's grandson, 259 hitter. He takes outside, of course. Most memorably, he came out, caught the first pitch from his grandfather at Fenway Park and launched a home run into center field. Batting from the left side, the 2-2 is dropped again by Narvaez. What in the world is going on? I mean, this is, by a lot of the numbers, one of the best defensive catchers in the game, and he's dropped two.
Yeah, it was a little slider, almost back door that he kind of pushed away from himself, but still, just dropped it.
3-2, Dobbins. Red glove, he rocks, he throws. Yaz takes a ball. Well, that's disappointing for Dobbins. Had a 2-strike count on Yastrzemski and walks him. Dobbins coming off two really impressive starts against the Yankees, both wins. He's 4-1 overall. 3.74 ERA. There's the red sleeves down to his wrists. Sox in the road gray unis. Toro at first base. Hamilton at second. Story the shortstop with Marcelo at third. Defensive alignment brought to you by the Baldwin Group. As Elliot Ramos, right-handed slugger, digs in. Pitch to him is in there for a strike. Fastball. He's got good command to start this outing with the fastball anyway, Dobbins does, and it's 0-1. Ramos 281. Pitch is a strike on the outside corner. 12 homers, 38 driven in, and how bizarre, in the on-deck circle in an orange Giant jersey stands Rafael Devers. 0-2. Yastrzemski leads at first. Dobbins holds, he throws on a swing and a soft ground ball on the first base side, handled in fair territory by Toro. He retreats to the bag, steps on it, and there's one away, and here against the Red Sox comes Rafael Devers. Standing ovation from many and boos from the Red Sox fans who made the trip. Runner at second with one out. Devers struggling a little bit in his first three with the Giants. But it would surprise no one if he had a big weekend series. He stares out at Dobbins. Wide open stance. Hunter throws, and Rafi swings and grounds one toward first. Backhanded by Toro. He bobbles, he flips underhand, and Rafi, not moving well down the line, is retired, and they're two away. So everybody can exhale. He was ready to hit. High fastball, and they're 2 away.
Yeah, I think that's how you're going to attack him. I mean, think about it. You've seen Rafael Devers before, right? Teams attack him with that high hitter. He'll catch up to it once in a while and make you pay, but for the most part, that's the right attack. Try to see if you can get him to expand. He was starting to expand in the month of June, kind of more to his career average, 36, 37%.
Yastrzem's Flores, right-handed hitter. He takes a pitch in the dirt. Good block there from Narvaez. Baldwin Group, insurance, employee benefits, and wealth management. If you can dream it, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible. That was so strange.
It was.
1-0 outside. I mean, Lou, look, come down however you want. So many things being written and said about it. It's a nuanced story. There are definitely two sides to it. But we thought we'd be calling Devers at bats for the next 10 years. Here's the 2-0, and it's a strike, and not in another uniform.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you think of the 8-year deal, whatever, 10-year deal is going to take him to 36. It wouldn't take him to 40. You figure, okay, you got some good years there. You worry about the later ones, but...
Pitch to Wilmer is down and away. Flores, 11 homers, 53 driven. And this Giants order needed Devers because lately they've just not hit at all.
No, but this kid is, though. That's why they're being careful with him. Runners in scoring position, 348, 345 with 2 outs in runners in scoring position.
So stay away from him. He swings and fouls a fastball back. That was a challenge, Lou. I mean, that was center cut, and it's 3-2.
Yeah, he doesn't have the good fastball that he had against the Yankees, Dobbins. We saw 97s an awful lot, and right now it's been 94, 95. To the righties, that slider comes more into play. It's a good pitch for him.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch is lined into right field, but caught on a hop drop by Hamilton. He was right there, and it's off his glove. That'll be an error on David Hamilton, and the Giants take the lead. I mean, he's right there.
Wow. I mean, that was got a good fastball in on him. He hit a soft line drive. Hamilton up to the middle, but he just had to run underneath it. He just had to run towards the foul line and never really got to the outfield grass. And it was down about thigh high, knee high, and he just off his glove. Just missed it.
Has to be an error, right?
I would think so.
Here's Jung-Hoo Lee, left-handed hitter who become a cult hero here in San Francisco. Fastball inside corner, and it's 0-1. Off the bat, it looked like he's going to loop into the outfield. Then Hamilton easily right there, and he just clunked it. So an unearned run in. 1-0 Giants. The pitch is looped into right field. Abreu, who's back coming on and on the run. Willier is there to make the play. And the inning is over. A walk and an error give the Giants a lead. It's 1-0 after 1 on the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Get ready for July 4th with early savings at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 40% off select major appliances and get an additional 10% off 2 or more select major appliances. Plus, get 3 Stay Green or premium 2 cubic foot mulch bags for just $10. These deals are coming in hot. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 6/25. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
A spring evening is the ideal time to hit up your group chat, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and catch the NHL Finals. Because cross-checks on ice deserve exhilarating refreshment served ice-cold.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Get your tickets to see the New England Revolution take on the Colorado Rapids at Gillette Stadium on Saturday, June 28th at 7:30. The Revs are looking to continue their ascent up the standings during the Interconference Showdown, Saturday, June 28th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Abraham Toro swings at the first pitch and pops it up on the right side of the infield. The Giants' second baseman, Koss, calls off Flores, and it's windy, and that thing almost ate him up, but he backpedals and makes the play. So the Red Sox swinging early. And 1 pitch, 1 away. Speed Report is brought to you by Verizon. Get to your local Verizon store today to check out the latest deals. And now welcome back to Wilyer Abreu. Just back off the injured list. Christian Campbell down to AAA. An unearned run for the Giants in the first. The pitch is called a ball. Fastball looked close, but 94 off the plate, and it's 1-0.
Well, the irony is, like, you send down Christian Campbell because he's killing defensively, and David Hamilton is shown to be very good defensively at second base. And a line drive was hit to him that he dropped. Like, great to him.
2 balls, no strikes to Abreu. Had a little oblique injury down to AAA for a little rehab. The 2-0 pitch is up and away, and it is 3-0.
It's good to get Wilyer back in there, but you want to get the good Wilyer, right? You kind of had a little run here right before he got hurt. He wasn't swinging it.
Here's a 3-0 pitch that's a strike on the outside corner.
He was 161. He was 10 for 62 in 22 games. You know, the swing and miss. He's kind of hot or cold, get streaky. Like to see him get hot here out of the IL.
3 balls and a strike, 1 down in the second, 1-0 San Francisco. Hayden Birdsong throws, and Wilyer drives one foul on the third base side. It's windy. It's kind of a knuckling line drive. But that's a play Hamilton needs to make, isn't it?
I don't even think it was knuckling. It wasn't hit hard enough. You know, it was like fisted in on him. It was just kind of fading away from him. Just had to run through it, and he did. He just off his glove.
3-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Fastball at 95. So Abreu is gone. 2 punch-outs for Birdsong. And with 2 down, here comes Trevor Story.
Yeah, this kid Birdsong is tough, especially early. You know, early in games when you look at some of his numbers, like the first 3 innings, this guy's got a .56 ERA, 148 batting average, but 4th inning on, 6.61, and they're hitting 347. So early on, he feels it.
2 down for Trevor. He takes a pitch outside. The real signs of life lately for Story.
Yeah, he's had a nice month. You know, nice even month. It was really hot early, but he's kind of staying with it.
Here he pops one up on the first base side, foul. And in foul ground, Flores is there to make the play, and the inning is over. Man, is that weak contact in the first 2 from the Red Sox. 1-0 Giants after an inning and a half on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Going on vacation? We're here for it. With kids who turn a backseat into a courtroom drama over whose tablet is louder, whose charger is faster, and why watching the same cartoon for the 100th time is a human right? Yep, we totally have vehicles to handle that. Because whether it's a road trip or a business trip, where your flight's delayed, your phone's at 2%, and your dinner, whatever's open, yeah, here for that too. Enterprise, we're here for it.
Test, check 1, 2. You know you need unique New York. You know you need unique New York. Does that sound all right? Ah, that's better. You can always tell something's missing when you get isolated results. Like AI that's only right for one of your systems. Get AI that can work across your data and applications. Learn more at IBM.com. The AI built for business. IBM.
Free Fries Friday. 3 great words, especially in that exact order. Get a free medium fries with $1 minimum purchase. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Valid one time on Fridays at participating McDonald's through 12/31/25. Excludes tax. Must opt into rewards.
Get ready for July 4th with early savings at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 40% off select major appliances and get an additional 10% off 2 or more select major appliances. Plus, get 3 Stay Green or premium 2 cubic foot mulch bags for just $10. These deals are coming in hot. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 6/25. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
More Boston sports opinion, more often. Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
To the bottom of the second we go. The Giants on an unearned run lead the Red Sox 1-0. Willy Adames, who is off to a really slow start with his new club, signed a massive free agent deal. 204, but 8 homers and 32 driven in. The 1-0 is low. Fastball from Dobbins, actually a slider. And it's 2-0 Adames, a great Tampa Bay Ray, went to Milwaukee, lifted their clubhouse. The Giants lured him with a big free agent deal. The 2-0 is down and away. And, of course, Devers is part of a changing narrative here. Buster Posey, 3-time world champion with the Giants, came over and took over for Farhan Zaidi. And they have totally changed their whole operation. The 3-0 is outside a 4-pitch walk to lead off the second. They lured Adames. They got Lee in the international market. Signed Matt Chapman to a deal, and now they've traded for Devers. So a team and a city that has a very hard time luring free agent stars now has 3, if not 4 of them in the heart of their lineup.
They gave out some money to Adames, and of course that was part of this. Was a good destination for Devers, right? You got to trade for that big bat and spend some money.
Here's the right-handed hitting Casey Schmidt. He's almost hit by a pitch, spun out of the way, and Dobbins is not happy on the mound. That's 5 straight balls to begin this second inning.
Yeah, you walked the leadoff guy to start this game after being 0-2. I would say after those first 2 strikes of this game has been a little bit off here with location. And coming out again. Now, that first run, you should have got out of it, but he didn't. And the slider right now that was really good against the Yankees, he hasn't found it yet. He's thrown 9 of them, only 2 for strikes.
Just imagine you're sitting in the stands, and in your hands is your first ice-cold Harpoon IPA of the game. If you're not at the game, find a local retailer at harpoon.com. Harpoon, first or forever. 1 on, none out. Play him to pull on the dirt. Pitch is a strike. Didn't have to be, but actually perfect slider on the inside corner. It's 1-1.
He's got to get that slider going. You got some righties in this lineup. It's a good pitch for you. You got to figure that one out and be able to drop it in like you just did there.
1-1 to Schmidt. 235 hitter. The pitch is low and away. He just is not landing much here early. Is Dobbins. Schmidt, 3 homers, 14 driven in. This lineup does look so different without Matt Chapman in it. Devers' arms draped over the padded railing on the third base side. 2-1 is not close. Fastball for a ball, and it is 3-1.
Now, velocity is way down here. Again, 94. Still a good fastball, right? But this is a guy that was, he was averaging 95.4. He hit 98 in both games against the Yankees.
3-1. Here's the pitch, and it is way outside. That's a bad yank by Dobbins. He's walked the first 2 in the second. Andrew Bailey's going to come out in a ballpark he's so familiar with, longtime pitching coach here. Lou, I asked Alex Cora this about Garrett Crochet, but I think it certainly relates here to Hunter Dobbins. It's almost like he loaded up on adrenaline and confidence to get through the Yankees with all the controversy and stories swirling around him, and he just does not look like the same pitcher here tonight.
No, I think something's off here mechanically, but again, because he doesn't have the fastball, and that one there, some of them, that was 93 and a cut. You've already got 3 walks here now in an inning plus that matches his season high in a game. This is a guy that usually comes out pounding the zone.
The meeting on the mound with Narvaez and Bailey comes to a close. And all of a sudden, in this ballpark with the Red Sox lineup without Devers, this becomes a really important juncture of this game. 2 on, none out for Patrick Bailey, who's really fighting it at the plate. $190. Meyer in at third. The pitch is low. They're not going to play small ball until Dobbins proves he can throw strikes.
28 pitches, only 12 strikes. No, Meyer's in on the line, but
Hunter, jersey whipping in the wind. It is howling here today. The 1-0 pitch is low. Bailey does check his swing. And it's 2-0.
Everything's down, too.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's missed on top of the zone yet.
And that is his best pitch.
Yeah.
Fastball elevated. He's in a huge bind here. 2-0. Pitch is outside. Fastball that missed. And it's 3-0.
You just can't throw a strike. It's an odd start to this game.
On a lot of levels. 3-0. Dobbins sets. He throws, and he misses. That's just not even in the universe of the zone. 4-pitch walk, the second of the inning. And without a hit, the Giants have the bases loaded.
Well, I mean,
he's thrown 1 strike to 3 hitters.
Yeah, no. Now you got to start trying to think about minimizing some damage. You put yourself in a serious hole. He has no idea where anything is going. He's got to just relax and find strike one. He's going to get a free one here. You can't swing, can
Christian Koss does not swing, and he takes a ball. Man, it was closer, but a slider not close. This is incredible. He's thrown 13 pitches in the inning and 1 strike. And this game is teetering right here. The 1-0 is lined on a hop to second. Hamilton to second base for 1. Relay from Story. 2 in time. That is absolutely wonderful for Dobbins. A trade he would take 100 times out of 100. A run scores. It's 2-0 Giants, but they're 2 away.
What a gift. How do you swing? How do you swing there? Great, he finally throws a strike, but this kid's thrown, Hunter's thrown 1 strike and 14 pitches, and you come out hacking?
He'll definitely take it. So here's Yaz again. The pitch is up the middle, off the glove of Dobbins. Karams to the plate, and that's going to get a run in. Dobbins, if he lets it go through, the inning comes to a close. He tried to backhand it blindly, and then it bounced back towards the plate. Narvaez came out. Racing down the line at third was Casey Schmidt. In some ways, that's the baseball gods evening things out, and it's 3-0 San Francisco.
Yeah, you kind of earned it too, right? Walking 3 guys, but you're right. He kind of backhands this thing almost behind his back, pick it, but it doesn't just drop in front of him. It actually comes about halfway between the mound and home. Nobody can really get to it. If it just dropped in front of him, he would have got to play it first.
Almost like he swiped at it, as now Elliot Ramos takes a strike on the outside corner. Well, it goes without saying, with all the stuff swirling around this series and the reunion of sorts with Devers. Just an awful start to this series, and Rafi is out on deck. Pitch is swung on a miss. They throw behind it first, and they almost got him. That was a head-first slide back in by Yaz. Very close play, and it's 0-2 to Ramos.
At least we're finding the zone here now, but
0-2. Dobbins throws, swing and a foul off the end of the bat by Devers. He picks it up. What must be going on in his mind right now?
It'll be strange for him, too.
Yep. He said earlier today he's never been this happy. 0-2. Runner at first. They throw over there, and that's the second sort of step off for Dobbins. Arbella Insurance is dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund. Every strikeout from a Sox pitcher during this year, Arbella donates $50 to the Jimmy Fund. They're here for the Jimmy Fund and here for good. 2 in, it's 3-0. Here's a foul on the first base side. No empty seats tonight. And they're here to see the Red Sox, to see Devers. A glorious Friday San Francisco night. Rafi is out on deck. Carl Hubble wore 11 here. That number is retired, so Rafi in number 16. The 0-2 is just outside. Close pitch, but it was a ball, and it's 1-2. Already some Devers jerseys in the stands. Giants Devers jerseys. Ramos, his first time, grounded to first. 1-2. Pitch is fouled off on the first base side. Dobbins is totally out of sync here tonight.
Yeah, he found the zone. That double play kind of helped him. He kind of at least found the zone with Yaz, and here you just can't get the swing and miss to finish him off. But you walked 13 pitches, 1 strike. You walked the first 3. You put yourself in serious bind.
1-2. Pitch is in there. Strike 3 on the inside corner. A slider, and the inning does come to an end. However, 2 more runs in for the Giants. Sloppy start for the Red Sox. 3-0. Giants lead in the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
A spring evening is the ideal time to hit up your group chat, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and catch the NHL Finals. Because cross-checks on ice deserve exhilarating refreshment served ice-cold.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Get ready for July 4th with early savings at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 40% off select major appliances and get an additional 10% off 2 or more select major appliances. Plus, get 3 Stay Green or premium 2 cubic foot mulch bags for just $10. These deals are coming in hot. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 6/25. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Choosing a bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drink that's all flavor and just 100 calories? Easy. Choosing between creamy vanilla, double chocolate, and sea salt caramel flavors? A little harder. Try the delicious new Starbucks Frappuccino light drinks. Look for them wherever you buy groceries. Start with Starbucks coffee.
Going on vacation? We're here for it. With kids who turn the back seat into a courtroom drama over whose tablet is louder, whose charger is faster, and why watching the same cartoon for the 100th time is a human right? Yep, we totally have vehicles to handle that. Because whether it's a road trip or a business trip, where your flight's delayed, your phone's at 2%, and your dinner, whatever's open, yeah, here for that too. Enterprise, we're here for it.
Hi, this is Marcelo Meyer. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
For the first time in his career, Marcelo Meyer plays a ball game in his home state of California. He leads it off. Mammoth home run in the finale. Clinched a 4th straight series win for the Red Sox in Seattle. Marcelo from the left side takes a fastball for a strike from Birdsong. 220 for Meyer. Does look more and more comfortable by the day. 4 homers and 6 driven in. Rafaela on deck as Marcelo swings and fouls one off. Herb Chambers' batting order in this inning brought to you by Herb Chambers, Porsche Boston and Porsche Burlington.
He's looked a lot better. You know, he's got, 21 games in the year. First 10 or 11 kind of trying to figure this thing out. Last 10 or so, a lot of hard contact, swinging the bat real well.
0-2. Marcelo swings and grounds one hard to first. To a knee goes Flores. He'll take it himself to the bag. And there's one away, 7 up, 7 down for the Red Sox.
Well, this is the problem, right? You've given them 3 runs, right? An error and 3 walks in an inning. You've given them 3. You got to get this offense going, right? Your starting rotation's not going to go out there and give up 0 and 1 all the time. So this is a game where you got to start working some at bats, trying to get comfortable at the plate.
Here's Cedon, who had an awesome batting practice. He takes a slider in the dirt for ball 1. It's amazing how much now without Devers, so much, it might not be pressure, but onus is put on these young players. And I think it really does start with Duran and this guy, Rafaela. 1-0. He swings and misses badly at a slider because they've been around for a little while. Almost everyone else in there, Lou, is a rookie.
Yeah, well, Duran's got to get going. Story is a big part of it as well.
1-1. Cedon takes a ball.
I mean, this guy's got a year plus. You know, Abreu's got a year plus. Like, they're not. I mean, these guys are still guy on deck. Hamilton, year plus. Like, they're just trying to figure themselves out, too.
2-1. Here's the pitch. And Cedon drives one down the left field line. That's going to be extra bases. That rides the rail into the corner. Cedon makes the turn at first and to second base. That is a knock for Cedon. He got that great 4-seam fastball, and he turned it right around.
Yeah, up, too. Up and in, just dropped the head on it. Cedon continues to kind of stay hot here. You know, we're talking 3 or 4 weeks now. We're up to 310. Last 20 games. Playing elite defense, hitting the bottom third. He's doing everything you ask.
Now David Hamilton hoping to atone for an error in the first inning. He bats from the left side. Went out in the third. The pitch. Hamilton takes a ball inside. Third inning brought to you by Club Citgo. Club you'll want to get into. Download this Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents a gallon in first fill up. The 1-0 is in the dirt. Change up. Ball 2.
You know, I was always glad I wasn't like a defensive first guy. I mean, I don't know what I was. I sure wasn't an offensive first guy, right? But it was just like, just do your thing. Because when you're a defensive guy like Hamilton, they put you in there, you got to be perfect, right? That's why you're in there.
2-0 is a strike on the outside corner.
And he says, you know, if you can give me anything offensively, obviously, you know, if you can get that 1-2 hit game where you steal a couple bags and score some runs, we'll take it. But the defense has been elite. Go out there and help me win a ball game. In the first inning, you make an error right away.
2-1 with one out in the third. The pitch is high in the air into center field. This thing's carrying back at the warning track. At the wall, it is gone! Atonement indeed. That is a big boy homer for David Hamilton to straightaway center, and it is 3-2.
Like I said, he's a bat-first guy. You know, and listen, he becomes really important as well. Comes into this game 2 for his last 31. If he's going to get a lot of reps out there at second base because of his defense, even though the error in the first inning, it is what it is, then he's got to start swinging. It's almost like Trevor Story in the month of May. Like, you got to get going.
Here's Duran. That's a pitch down and in. And by the way, Lou, that is definitive proof and an answer to your earlier question. Yes, it is blowing out. I mean, that you just don't see left-handed hitters do that, not named Bonds. That ball was crushed into the Red Sox bullpen, and it just kept on going. Duran takes a strike on the outside corner. It's 1-1.
Yeah. And here's the other guy, too, right? $170 his last 13, 8 for 47.
Here's a ground ball up the middle. It almost got Birdsong. A missile from Duran. They're seeing him now, and it's a one-out hit for Jaron.
Boy, that was kind of scary. You know, the right-hander falls off the mound. Duran absolutely barrels, smokes a line drive. Bailey's going to go out and have a talk with him because that ball just barely misses him. Oh, he turned quickly. You know, Jaron's last game, he lined out hard twice. I mean, he hit a ball 115 off the bat to center that never came down, that Julio Rodriguez was able to come and get. So there are signs there, but you need it, right? You need to get his wheels on the bases, athleticism on the bases.
Well, he can run, of course, but Patrick Bailey is one of the great pop-time throwers in the game. It's hard to run against him.
189, it's elite. He's thrown out 41% of the runners. That's almost unheard of in today's game.
Here's Carlos Narvaez. Struck out his first time. He takes a pitch outside, ball one.
You know, you see a lot of guys with the arm strength, right? 83 miles an hour, but the pop time, I mean, the release is slow. He's got a quick release with the arm. Like, he's elite back there defensively.
1-0 to Narvaez. Red Sox a bolt from Hamilton, back within a run. Here's the pitch. Carlos takes one in the dirt. Duran, I think, wisely holds up at first. Bailey did a good job keeping that in front.
And the only thing with that is if you're not going to steal because of the catcher, this guy does love that curveball. So you follow the baseball. You know, if you see it go into the dirt, you could have got a great jump and actually beat that out.
2-0 to Narvaez. The pitch is fouled off. In other words, as he releases it, you're taking your secondary lead, watching the spin of the ball.
You're following the baseball.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not stealing, you should always follow the baseball in. And the minute you see that, not a lot of fastballs get bounced, but you can see that break curveball.
2-1 to Narvaez. Duran not going. The pitch is a strike right there. Fastball. Apparently Hayden Birdsong, according to their media guide, his go-to karaoke song is Sweet Caroline.
We should have traded for him.
2-2. Duran leading at first. He's not going. The pitch is swung on a miss. Narvaez not seeing the baseball tonight. Really on both sides. Those are the two worst at-bats he's had this season. There's something about this sight line that's not suiting Carlos.
Yeah. And the first at-bat was breaking balls. Like, he chased some curveball and sliders. This time here it was challenged with 95. A little late there.
So here now, Roman Anthony. Pitch is low. Went 2 for 28. Fly deep to left his first time. I know Bailey's great. I'd like to see Duran go right here. I would. 1-0 to Roman. Duran leaning, not going. The pitch is outside. Fastball, and it's 2-0.
I think, too, Birdsong's pretty quick with this leg kick. It's not, you know, Walker Buehler can be slow, right, with that big leg kick. So if you're quick with the leg kick with the catcher, the math just doesn't add up. You're hoping he throws it in the center.
Yep, 2-0. Pitch to Roman is outside, 3-0. All right, well, you're not going to run now. And I think Anthony, does he take a pitch here? Or do you just say, find one in your keyhole and let it loose?
Let it loose. Let's go 3-0. Feel comfortable. Drive the baseball.
2 in on a Hamilton homer. Duran skips away at first. 3-0. Here's the pitch. Roman takes a strike. Well, that was Elevated a little bit, but 94 in the center of the zone. It's 3-1.
I want to see him get comfortable. It took Marcelo about 35 plate appearances. Roman's coming up on it.
3-1. Pitch is high, ball 4. That's really good from Anthony. I mean, he's not hit yet, Lou. He does have his first homer, his first steal. He's gotten on base. And so now, Red Sox push Duran to second base as the tying run with 2 down for Abraham Toro.
Well, as I mentioned, you look at a guy like Marcelo Meyer, right? His first 35 plate appearances, there really wasn't much there, right? 250 slugging percentage. The last 30 plate appearances from Marcelo, 741 slugging percentage. So for him, it was around 35 at-bats, the shock and awe of big league pitching. And Roman's kind of coming up on that area as well. All right, well, thinking of chicken for dinner? Well, think Shaw's and Star Market, because right now you can pick up value-packed Signature Farms chicken drumsticks, thighs, or leg quarter bone-ins, just 97 cents a pound when you use the digital coupon. You're limited to 2. And if you're short on time, order for pickup or delivery. Shaw's and Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network. Hey, it's Lou.
I'm glad to be with Lou.
Got to throw that in.
Hey, it's Lou.
My peeps.
2 on, 2 out. Hamilton homers cut the lead to 1. Now the tying run at second. And Duran, Roman Anthony behind him at first. Toro in, and he takes a high fastball. All of a sudden, Lou, Birdsong has sort of lost his command.
It's a weird game, isn't it?
Yes. Toro popped out on 1 pitch to second his first time. Wind still howling out to center field. 1-0 the pitch is popped up high into center field. Lee, in front of the warning track, gathers himself. He's there to make the play, and the inning is over. However, David Hamilton launches a 2-run blast. And after 2.5, Dobbins got to figure it out. 3-2 Giants lead the Sox in the Shaw's and Star Market, WEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
A spring evening is the ideal time to hit up your group chat, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and catch the NHL Finals. Because cross-checks on ice deserve exhilarating refreshment served ice-cold.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the Dew.
Get your tickets to see the New England Revolution take on the Colorado Rapids at Gillette Stadium on Saturday, June 28th at 7:30.
This place erupts.
The Revs are looking to continue their ascent up the standings during the Interconference Showdown, Saturday, June 28th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
There are 2 types of golfers, those that can hit solid golf shots wearing sunglasses and those that wish they could. Shaden Precision Eyewear is all about better vision and better golf. If you're lacking confidence to wear sunglasses while hitting golf shots, go to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and learn why so many tour players and their caddies have switched to the Shaden brand. Use the code SPRING to get 20% off and a 30-day money-back guarantee. That's SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and the code SPRING to see the golf course like you've never seen it before.
You're listening to the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Well, for the second time, Rafael Devers in a Giants uniform facing the Red Sox. Dobbins throws and Rafi takes a fastball for a strike. That was perfect. A little better there from Hunter, 94. Velocity is still down, but that was dotted. And it is 0-1. Dobbins into the wind. He throws, and Devers takes a fastball a little bit high. That was very close.
His fastball, it almost seems like these are little cutters. 93. A little cut at the end to it. Not riding four-seamers through it.
1-1, way high. I'll live up there to Devers. He got 2 hits in his first Giant game, including a run-scoring double. He's 3 for his first 12 here with his new club. 2-1, dangerous pitch, as we know from Dobbins. Here it is, and it is swung on and fouled back. Wow. 94 miles an hour, just up enough. And it is 2-2.
That one's a little bit straighter, but I don't know if he's intentionally throwing a cutter, if he's just getting around it.
2-2 to Devers. Dobbins waits. Takes a deep breath. Set up high. The pitch is popped up into left field. Left center field, Cedon is traveling back onto the warning track, and he's there to the leap and make the play. I mean, that thing just kept on going. One of those vintage Devers back-spinning line drives. Great play in the end by Rafaela, and there's one away.
Yeah, and you can see the wind, kind of Rafaela not really thinking about it because he kind of drifts to the beginning of that warning track and then now has to drift back to that wall. And he's able to kind of catch it with that little half leap into the wall. This ball was driven. We know that wind is blowing out there pretty good.
Well, that's a bad sign for the Red Sox, as we know, as Wilmer Flores takes a strike. How many times have we told people here, Lou, the last couple of days, when you see him line one the other way, look out below.
Well, you better execute against him, and he didn't. To that fastball, inner half and down.
1-1 to Wilmer Flores. He drives one down the left field line, hooking foul on the play.
This is, control and demand. Command, rather. It was a strike, so there's control there, but there's no command of the fastball right now. Like, he needs these fastballs on top of the zone, out of the zone, like we've seen in the past. And twice he got away with two fastballs about belt high.
Fourth inning is brought to you by Cars for Kids. Easiest way to get rid of your old car. Donate today, and your car can be picked up tomorrow. Donate at carsforkids.com. The pitch to Wilmer is down and in. Cedon's having a night. Double down the left field line. That was a really good running play. This is the kind of outfield, even though they moved the fences in here in the Bay Area to try to attract more free agent hitters. It is a huge outfield. Really good for Cedon. 1-2 the pitch. Swinging a foul back to the screen. That was well located, but 94, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, he's grinding it out. I think at this point, all you can do is you just sort of hope you get outs and execute a few pitches, get the offense going, and eventually, hopefully, kind of find your groove a little.
3-2 San Francisco in the third. The 1-2 down and away. Curveball. Especially the secondary stuff, Lou. He cannot land the slider and curveball for strikes.
The slider is a huge pitch. He's threw it about 40% of the time in back-to-back starts against the Yankees. So he has to have that pitch.
2-2. Popped up. Over the mound. Out towards second. Trevor Story, the shortstop, is under it. He makes the play. That's a big second out for Dobbins. We take 10 seconds for station ID on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Will Fleming, Lou Merloni in San Francisco. The Giants lead 3-2. Jung Hoo Lee lines up right at Cedon. In center, he has a little gallop and a hop, and he makes the play. And somehow, some way, Dobbins gets through the third. 3-2 Giants lead the Sox in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
You want to grow your business. I mean, who doesn't? Constant Contact's marketing platform makes marketing way easier and way more effective. Even if you know nothing about marketing, you can easily create email, text, social, events, and digital campaigns in just a few clicks. It's why over 500,000 business owners trust Constant Contact for their digital marketing needs. Constant Contact, helping the small stand tall. Get a free 30-day trial when you go to ConstantContact.com. ConstantContact.com.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
A spring evening is the ideal time to hit up your group chat, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and catch the NHL Finals. Because cross-checks on ice deserve exhilarating refreshment served ice-cold.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Get your tickets to see the New England Revolution take on the Colorado Rapids at Gillette Stadium on Saturday, June 28th at 7:30. The Revs are looking to continue their ascent up the standings during the Interconference Showdown, Saturday, June 28th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
Jones and Keith.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Wilyer Abreu into the left-handed batter's box to begin the fourth. He takes a strike on the outside corner from Hayden Birdsong. The Red Sox have a chance to pick up a game on the New York Yankees. Cut up on the Subaru of New England scoreboard as Wilyer took a mighty rip. That fastball 2 up for him. And it is 0-2. Coming into play today, the Sox were 5 back in the American League East. The Yankees won on the Red Sox off day, but Baltimore a stirring comeback win. They beat the Yankees 5-3. 0-2 to Abreu's skied foul on the left field side. So, Red Sox, Lou, really put the Yankees into a little bit of a tailspin of late.
They sure did.
Abreu grounds one on the first base side. Fair ball. That's inside the line. It goes to the corner. Abreu's going to test it. He's headed for second. The throw is not in time. Yastrzemski made a great play. Abreu did well to not slide through the bag, almost colliding with the second base umpire, and held on at second by a fingernail.
It almost slid right past the bag is what he reacted to. I mean, it was good hustle out of the box. Yastrzemski tried to make this play. At first, I wasn't sure he was going to try for this double. But the slide was a little bit late, and he kind of almost had to reach back and barely held on to this bag sliding in.
Hook job, a little like your tee shot on the first hole today.
Thank God he wasn't wearing that glove. Wouldn't be able to hold on.
Here's Story. 3-2 Giants in the fourth. The pitch is a knee-buckling curveball. He was not looking for that. Clips the outside corner. It's 0-1.
As I mentioned, this kid, he's out of the bullpen early on. He threw real well. He's been in the rotation, but the second time through the order, fourth inning on, he's been getting hit hard.
0-1 to Trevor. The pitch is down and in. Good take.
He had 4 balls hit over 100 miles an hour just last inning. That Duran one back up the middle was 111, and it barely missed his head.
Well, it's a great thing that it did. 1-1 to Story. The pitch is swung on a miss. He chased a very high fastball, and it's 1-2. It's amazing looking down right in front of us. These kids already have Devers Giants jerseys. That's unbelievable. Tim Lincecum, Hunter Pence, Matt Cain, also right in front of us. I mean, this is one of the storied franchises in all of baseball. It's the franchise that produced Willie Mays and Willie McCovey and Barry Bonds. So many all-time greats. Orlando Cepeda, Juan Marichal. The 1-2 to Story, fouled back to the screen.
Rich Aurelia. Maybe not a great, but a former Big East guy.
A great guy. Now they're hoping that Devers is the next in that line. They really are. And they've been starving for big hitters here for years. 1-2 to Story. Tying run at second. Pitch is a check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. I don't know about that. That was a curveball beneath the zone. Story is rung up, and there's one away. I don't think that was a swing. We have a really good angle. We're a little bit off home plate on the third base side. I thought he held up.
I thought he did too. This is one of those, the type of baseball you need to play right now. No, he held up. That's a bad call.
Can't do it.
You got to move the runner, right? You got to move him over. Instead, maybe they're thinking a little bit pull happy.
Here's Marcelo, who takes a pitch in the dirt. Bailey, what a great play that is with the chest protector to keep it in front. That would have been huge.
Boy, he's one of the best. We talk all the time about Narvaez and what he has done so far, but 9 defensive runs saved behind the plate. That's number 1 in baseball. Blocking, he's a +4. Balls above average.
Oh, he's special.
He's everything. Framing, throwing, defensively. Offensively, he's struggling. But defensively, he's fantastic back there. One of the best.
1-0 to Marcelo Meyer with Abreu at second base. 1 out, a runner aboard in this top of the fourth. The pitch. Marcelo checks his swing on a fastball that misses outside. How about the Rays in St. Pete? Rather now, Tampa, Steinbrenner Field. They blasted the Tigers 14-8 earlier today. 16 hits for Tampa. They've gotten red hot.
They have now trailed by a game and a half.
Wow, 2-0 is low. Aren't they amazing, Lou? I thought this was the year that it would just continue to catch up to them, and they just keep on winning.
The thing with them is when you look down, you see the starting rotation all have 14 starts. All of them. 5 guys. No one's been injured, which usually does happen.
3-0 to Meyer. Pitch is swung on and grounded on the right side to his left. Koss has it. He throws to first in time. And 2 away for Cedon. I love that he let it rip there. 3-0. He just missed it. The 110th pitch of the game, brought to you by 110 Grill. Gluten-free dining done right.
Yeah, he was just, saw the replay of it. He was just convinced he was pulling this baseball, right? Rather than kind of driving the ball middle of the field and reacting if it's in. If you're going to commit to in like that, you got to make sure it's a heater in, not away.
Here's Cedon. He swings and misses at a slider. That was a hanger a little bit. Cedon over the top of it, 0-1. Get you the New England Chevy dealers question of the day in a moment. Together we drive. 0-1. Pitch. Cedon takes the ball. And this one's going to be, I think, pretty easy. The question is, was sending down Christian Campbell the right move? Two choices, yes or no?
Yeah, I think it was. He was being replaced defensively late because of his defensive struggles, and offensively he was not the same guy. The hard contact wasn't there. He'd get his hits, but they were choppers through the infield.
1-1 is low and in to Cedon. This is an interesting spot. You got Hamilton on deck, who homered his first time. The fastball really plays against right-handers from Birdsong. I think he's going to challenge Cedon, but Cedon ripped a double down the left field line his first time. 2 down, Abreu at third. Cedon waits. Here's the pitch, and it is swung on and fouled. It was a slider. And, you know, Lou, these are in the middle of the plate. There was not a lot of bite on that slider, but Cedon just not picking that breaking pitch up.
Well, you mentioned he got him off the fastball. Fastball's a good one. Guys hit righties, hit 132 off his heater. Lefties, 273.
Sailboats rolling along in McCovey Cove. What a sight this is. 2-2 is looped foul on the first base side. I mean, it's just, you have to pinch yourself sometimes. You look out, this incredible scene in San Francisco. Palm trees lining the whole place. Cargo ships, sailboats sailing in and out of what they call McCovey Cove, out toward the Golden Gate. 2-2 is inside. Good take there by Rafael, and it's 3-2. This is really one of the great scenes in all of Big League Baseball.
It's beautiful. Backdrop.
Did you ever homer here?
No, but I hit a triple off Schmidt thanks to Barry Bonds. He butchered it and left.
3-2. Abreu leading at third. The pitch is swung and grounded on the left side. Through into left field. A base hit. Cedon is pumping his fist toward the first base dugout. He's having a day, and we are tied at 3.
That's a really good sign. You know, when you went down 3-0, the way the offenses looked, even though you're winning ball games, you're sitting there saying, are you capable of getting back into this game quickly, being the next team to score? Because 5-0, 6-0 is a problem. They've quickly come back now and tied this ball game up just a couple innings later.
Very impressive. Here's David Hamilton, who homered his first time. The pitch. He squares, he takes it back. Ball up and away. I'll tell you what, Lou, what Cedon just did going down that first baseline tells me this team is way into this thing right here. I mean, he was so emotional. It's the 4th inning, and he's pumping his fist to his teammates in that dugout. 1-0. Here's the pitch. And a high drive into right center field. This thing carrying, but Jung-Hoo Lee, the center fielder, over to his left. He's there to make the play inning over. More on that reaction. I think it tells you something about this club right now. Tie game. Bottom 4 next, 3-3 on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
Get ready for July 4th with early savings at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 40% off select major appliances and get an additional 10% off 2 or more select major appliances. Plus, get 3 Stay Green or premium 2 cubic foot mulch bags for just $10. These deals are coming in hot. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 6/25. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Cool off and cash in. The Pepsi Bottle Lotto Sweepstakes is turning every sip into a shot at prizes. Just scan specially marked 20-ounce Pepsi Cola bottles, enter the code under the cap, and you're in the game. Instant cash-in product prizes are up for grabs, with a winner every 60 seconds. And each week, someone's taking home 20 grand. Make this summer one to remember. Play now at BottleLotto.com. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 18+. Subject to official rules at BottleLotto.com. Ends 8/9/2025.
A spring evening is the ideal time to hit up your group chat, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and catch the NHL Finals. Because cross-checks on ice deserve exhilarating refreshment served ice-cold.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true.
Do the do.
Choosing a bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drink that's all flavor and just 100 calories? Easy. Choosing between creamy vanilla, double chocolate, and sea salt caramel flavors? A little harder. Try the delicious new Starbucks Frappuccino light drinks. Look for them wherever you buy groceries. Start with Starbucks coffee.
You're listening to live play-by-play action of the Boston Red Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Willie Adames leads it off. Tie game. Hunter Dobbins needs a good one here. Love that shutdown inning after the Red Sox tie the game. A fastball misses inside for ball one. Adames batting from the right side. Dobbins misses with another slider, and it's 2-0. He walked and scored. You got to attack here, especially in this big ballpark. 2-0. Swinging a chopper toward the left side. Meyer has it go off his glove and into left field. That was right in between the shortstop and the third baseman. A ground ball with eyes, and it's a leadoff hit for Adames and the Giants.
Just bad location. This ground ball kind of split the two. Meyer goes over there, gets a glove on it. If it gets by him, he's the only chance you got. Even then, I don't know if he got a chance, but Story gets a ball in the hole. Wasn't hit hard enough to make a play at first.
And also, it's what happens when you fall behind hitters. Done way too much of that. That was a 2-0 pitch. Now, here's Casey Schmidt, another righty. He grounds one on the left side. It's backhanded by Meyer, and he bobbles on the run. He throws to first. No chance there. That is really snake-bitten living for Hunter Dobbins. A soft ground ball that almost hit the third base bag. And here come the Giants, 2 on with nobody out.
Yeah, this was just, he got in his kitchen. And he just, almost like a broken bat ball that just hugged the line right over the bag that Marcelo tried to catch and throw, but just a little bobble.
And Hunter's just not missing any bats here tonight. League leaders in Who's Circling the Drain, presented by Drains by James, Eastern Mass's leader in residential and commercial drain cleaning and pipelining at drainsbyjames.com. 2 on, none out. Patrick Bailey batting from the left side. He looks at one that was nowhere near the zone, a slider for ball one.
To that point, he's got one swing and miss. 58 pitches.
Well, don't you think in the Giant dugout they're just eliminating the slider?
Well, that's why he's got to find it, because it's a good pitch for him.
1-0. At the belt, he throws. And that is called a ball. That's got to be a strike. And this is what happens when you're erratic, but that was right in there.
That was perfect pitch.
Doug Eddings did not give it to him. So now 2-0. 2 innings ago, Dobbins had the bases loaded with nobody out. Now 2 on, none out. 2-0 is a ball. I mean, that's also a strike. Come on. I mean, that's 2. It should be 1 and 2, and it's 3-0.
I have no idea where those pitches are. What is Doug Eddings? I mean, what are we doing?
3-0. Meyer in at third. The pitch is a strike. He called that one a strike because it was in the middle of the zone, and it's 3-1. We don't need you to be bleeding anymore, Luke. Knock it off with the cuticles.
It's just a little nervous.
We don't have any Band-Aids in the booth here tonight.
I brought an extra one. I bring it with me now.
3-1 pitch is ball 4.
I mean,
that was close, but called a ball. And here we go again. For the second time in 4 innings, the Giants with the bases loaded and nobody out for Christian Koss.
Well, this one isn't as infuriating as the second inning, right? Where it was 13 pitches, 1 strike. It's like, wow, he's got to find it. A couple of really kind of broken bat singles that hit in good spots, and Doug Eddings just losing his mind for a hitter.
Yeah, here is Christian Koss, who tries to stop his swing, cannot a foul ball. And it's 0-1. Again, here we are. You got to limit the damage. Koss grounded into the double play his first time. The 0-1 is a ground ball on the left side. Myers got it to second for 1. Relay to first. In time. They got him. Another double play. How about that night for Koss? The Giants do take the lead as Adames scores. But again, great stuff. And it's 4-3 Giants.
Once again, you'll take it. Right, you'll take it all day long. This was, again, a slowly hit ground ball that Meyer had to go to his left and did a really nice job catch and release to get it to Hamilton. And a strong, quick turn by David Hamilton at second base.
Not out of the woods yet. Here's Mike Yastrzemski, runner at third, and a breaking ball low for ball 1. I thought both those guys on the left side of the infield did a great job. Not an easy turn at all.
No.
I thought, especially the arm strength on display there for Hamilton. 1-0 to Yaz. Pitch. Strike on the outside corner.
Well, unlike the first, that second inning, rather, where you almost got out of it. You almost didn't deserve to get out of it with only giving up one. I would say this inning you do. A couple of ground balls with eyes.
1-1 is another strike. Not called a strike 2 hitters ago, but this one is, and it's 1-2. Mike Yastrzemski, a much better hitter here at home, which is unusual for a Giants player. Almost 300 here at Oracle Park. 1-2. Pitch is in the dirt. Did he go? No. And see, now that's where there's a curveball way in front of the plate. But that's more of a swing than the one that was called one for Trevor Story. It's 2-2.
See that one again.
He held up.
Yeah, he held up. That's a good call.
4-3 Giants. Runner at third with 2 down. Dobbins. Into the wind. He throws. And a ground ball back to the mound. Hunter gloves. Flips underhand to first in time. Nice job there by Dobbins to limit the damage. He's staring over at Doug Eddings. And why not? 4-3 after 4. Giants lead the Sox in the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Get ready for July 4th with early savings at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 40% off select major appliances and get an additional 10% off 2 or more select major appliances. Plus, get 3 Stay Green or premium 2 cubic foot mulch bags for just $10. These deals are coming in hot. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 6/25. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
A spring evening is the ideal time to hit up your group chat, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and catch the NHL Finals. Because cross-checks on ice deserve exhilarating refreshment served ice-cold.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river. Give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine. Give me a dew.
Do the Dew.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader, like that car riding your tail. Or if you're tailgating right now, all those cars doubling as kitchens and living rooms are on AutoTrader too. Are you working out and listening to this ad at the same time? Well, multitasking pro, cars like the ones in the gym parking lot are for sale on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
Choosing a bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drink that's all flavor and just 100 calories? Easy. Choosing between creamy vanilla, double chocolate, and sea salt caramel flavors? A little harder. Try the delicious new Starbucks Frappuccino light drinks. Look for them wherever you buy groceries. Start with Starbucks coffee.
Fitzy and Johnson.
Weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Pitch to Jarren Duran to begin things in the top of the 5th. Is a slider that misses down and in. Jarren starting to really show some signs of coming out of it. Loud contact. He's 1 for 2 tonight. 4-3 Giants. The pitch is strike. Outside corner from Birdsong, and it's 1-1. And twice, Hunter Dobbins has loaded the bases with none out, and twice gotten big double plays. The 1-1 foul to the first base side.
Twice from Christian Koss.
Giving a little help to his old club. Continue on in a moment with the Subaru of New England scoreboard. It's going to be a Subaru summer. Find your 25 Subaru at SubaruofNewEngland.com. 1-2 the pitch. Duran checks his swing. Fastball up and in. So great to be in San Francisco. See so many old friends. And check back in with the family. It's also great to be with Tanika Burrell, our wonderful engineer here in the booth in SF. The 2-2 is down and in. A curveball to Duran. Everything here is first rate, including Tanika. We appreciate her great work.
Yeah, it's a beautiful ballpark. Beautiful area. And a little reunion for you, too. Got a lot of years here.
3-2 is on the ground, up the middle, into center field. Duran might be thinking about it. He takes the turn, but stumbles at first. And he's aboard again. He's swinging at Lou, and it's a leadoff hit in the 5th.
Yeah, it's, again, without Devers, right, everybody picks it up. Everybody has to pick it up. And Duran, even though that last game, he really didn't come out of anything against Seattle, but he hit the last 2 at-bats right on the screws, and here tonight he's hit a couple balls hard up the middle.
Here's Carlos Narvaez, who has not looked good. He struck out twice, swinging a huge hole on the right side of the infield. With Duran at first, the pitch to him, way high. I meant to revisit the reaction from Cedon Rafaela. I thought that was pretty telling, because you come here, Cedon, maybe Rafi's closest friend on the roster, but he was fired up. These Sox are not immune to all the noise around their club. 1-0 to Narvaez, a throw to first, and Duran dives back in.
Well, it's sort of like a feeling of the last couple of years, right? When you go into spring training, everyone's like, no chance. And you sort of rally around that. You lose a guy like Devers. The difference is Abreu comes back. Here comes Bregman, hopefully in a few weeks.
1-0 pitch is low. Bregman posted that he got a great result and that he's coming back soon, Lou.
Yeah, I know. They're going to really have to calm him down, aren't they?
You don't want to push it and have him re-aggravate it.
Well, one thing for sure, when he comes back, I don't need him trying to beat anything out.
No doubt. 2-0 to Narvaez. Pitch is fouled off. Big swing.
You know what I mean? Like, you're going to get, thinking of what he went through here with his quad, it's already the second time in his career. Like, if he hits a ground ball to short or third, I need 75% down the line, period, at all times. You just want the bat in the lineup. You want the defense at third base in the lineup. And it sets your infield, right? Now, Marcelo, who knows where everything goes, but...
No doubt. 2-1 to Narvaez. Duran leading at first. No outs in the top of the fifth. The pitch is a high fly into shallow left field. Ramos in and to his left. He is there. Handles the breeze and is one away. So the Yankees fall tonight to the Baltimore Orioles. Guardians were in Oaklamento, and it's 3-0 there. A's lead. Kid Kurtz hit another walk-off home run last night. Just an incredible beginning to his time there. Here now, Roman Anthony. Duran at first. 4-3 Giants in the top of the fifth. Duran runs. The pitch is taken. Bailey's throw. Not in time. Wow, Duran somehow avoided that throw and tag. That was a great catch and throw from Bailey, but Duran sliding on the center field side of the bag, and he does the almost impossible, steals a base on Patrick Bailey.
That's a fun matchup. This is a great jump by Jarren Duran. And the throw just a little bit on the left field side of the bag. And Duran gets that hand in there.
That was fabulous. So now the tying run in scoring position. It was a strike to Anthony. That's his 15th bag. Here's the pitch. Roman swings and lines one into center field. That's a base hit. Duran is going to come to third. He's going to get the heave-ho. Lee's throw way up the line. It's a tying hit for Anthony. He goes to second. Throw into second base. It's a knock for Roman, who has a knack for the big moment, and we are knotted at 4.
Nice. Staying back on a changeup. Big hit up the middle. You know, he did a nice job of seeing this throw coming in with really no cutoff, man. So he continues on to second base. But when the throw from Bailey kind of sails into center field, he had thoughts. It kind of heard me say stay. Because you get overly excited. You think you can just keep running. He does a nice job of doing what's best, staying right where he is, remaining in scoring position.
Well, how big is the steal from Duran?
Huge. And this is what you have to do, right? You have to start taking some chances. You mentioned it. Bailey's one of the best in the game, but he picked a good pitch on the changeup.
A lot of little things going on in that play as Toro fouls one back to the screen. I think Kyle Hudson did a wonderful job, Lou, coming down the line, waiting to the last minute. He timed it up with Duran and Lee. He gave the windmill. And then Lee, I think probably ill-advisedly, throws home because of Duran's speed, and Roman takes advantage. 0-1 to Toro. He takes a breaking ball in the dirt. This guy, Patrick Bailey, is like Tuca. I mean, behind the plate, he just gets in front of everything.
I don't know how he stopped that one. Wow. This was a curveball that landed probably 4 feet in front, popped straight up. And you mentioned he just kind of threw the glove at it and kept it in front of him. Should be on third base right now, if not for that play.
Run in, 1 out to Toro. He's looking more comfortable looking at this pitcher for the third time. The pitch is a check swing. Did he go? Yes. Curveball in the dirt. Sean Jelly, right-handers up and throwing in their bullpen. Birdsong has thrown 82 pitches. I think Toro did go. 1-2. Anthony dancing around at second. The pitch is in a fastball that misses outside. I'll tell you what, Lou. That's only Roman's third major league hit. I don't think that tells the whole story at all. He's got a feel for the big moment, too.
His first one knocked in 2, won the game. Then he hit a solo homer and ended up winning the game.
2-2 is swung on and fouled by Toro.
You know, he's had 3 hits. And the first one, again, 2-out double that scored 2. You won that ball game, 3-1? And then a solo shot, his first out in Seattle. You won that game 2-0. And that's a big hit there from him, too.
A super impressive fight from this offense. 2-2 pitch is swung on and softly grounded on the right side. The second baseman Koss to his left, boots it. Coming around third is Anthony. He will score, and the Red Sox lead it 5-4. It just shot under Christian Koss's glove, and the Red Sox have come all the way back, and they pull ahead 5-4.
Well, this ball kind of like perfect placement. Right, you look at Flores, he doesn't move very well at first base at all. This is one of those he could have gotten and flipped the bird song, but he lets it go. Koss is about 3 steps into the outfield. I don't know, sometimes second baseman, that ball, when it transfers from the dirt and lands on that outfield grass, it kind of can mess you up a little bit, and it did there underneath his glove. Tough start here to this game for Koss.
I would say so. 2 double play balls grounded into, and then he butchers that one. So the Red Sox, some fight tonight. 5-4 they lead. The huge right-hander Jelly is coming on. It has not been a day without some drama. The Red Sox will go to Wilyer Abreu when we return. By the way, the code word of the game is Boys of Summer. Enter your code word in the member portal today to claim your points. Boys of Summer. Doesn't exactly feel like summer, but hey, it's June in San Francisco. We know the drill out here. 5-4 Sox. Pitching change and slowdown in the action brought to you by Izervay. Back to Oracle Park after this in the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
During this call to the bullpen, you could sign up for Ford Pass. It's the app that puts your Ford ownership experience right in the palm of your hand. With the Ford Pass app, you can access complimentary remote features like start-stop, lock-unlock, schedule a start, locate your vehicle, or get your vehicle's status on the Ford Pass app when your vehicle is equipped with Ford Pass Connect. Get started by downloading the Ford Pass app on the App Store or Google Play.
1-877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Wilyer Abreu to face the enormous right-hander Sean Jelly. Comes in with a 4.15 ERA in just 6 games. Kind of a flex year for him as the pitch to Abreu is a strike on the outside corner. Sunday night when Rafi got pulled off the plane, the Giants had Kyle Harrison warming in the bullpen to start a game. And he was scratched. This guy, Jelly, came onto the mound. 5 games, 1 start as Abreu fouls it straight back. That was kind of an opener outing for him.
This dude's 6'11".
Yeah. How do you think he handles the driver?
Wow.
Not easy.
94, curveball cutter. Doesn't have the extension of a guy that's 6'11".
That's weird. 0-2 to Abreu. The pitch is on the ground. Could be a double play ball. Cost to second for 1. Relay to first is not in time. That turn by Koss. And the Red Sox continue the inning with 2 down. Toro gunned down at second, and that'll bring up Trevor Story.
Yeah, Christian out there at second base looking very deliberate.
Yeah.
You know, just after that play, and there was a play earlier to his left that he had a little giddy up to, right? The hands weren't smooth. This one there, I think he really wanted to just make sure he caught it and got it out of his hands quick. Just took a little bit too much time.
Red Sox trailed this game 3-0 and then 4-3, and now they lead 5-4 as Story takes a fastball high for ball 1.
This thing started out ugly, didn't it?
Yes.
Bad error in the first from Hamilton, and then Dobbins comes out in the second and walks the first 3 hitters. on 13 pitches.
I would think that the Red Sox now with the lead are going to be very aggressive with the bullpen as a soft ground ball up the middle. To the shortstop, Adames, he goes the short way to second in time, and the inning is over. I don't know that they're going to have Dobbins retake the mound. We'll see. Bottom 5-4 Red Sox in the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Get ready for July 4th with early savings at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 40% off select major appliances and get an additional 10% off 2 or more select major appliances. Plus, get 3 Stay Green or premium 2 cubic foot mulch bags for just $10. These deals are coming in hot. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 6/25. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
A spring evening is the ideal time to hit up your group chat, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and catch the NHL Finals. Because cross-checks on ice deserve exhilarating refreshment served ice-cold.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader, like that car riding your tail. Or if you're tailgating right now, all those cars doubling as kitchens and living rooms are on AutoTrader too. Are you working out and listening to this ad at the same time? Well, multitasking pro, cars like the ones in the gym parking lot are for sale on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
Want to listen to WEEI on the go? Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Hunter Diamonds will see Elliot Ramos, right-handed hitter, and a fastball misses high. This is going to be his last hitter. You got Devers on deck. Bernardino is warming in the Red Sox bullpen. 5-4 Red Sox. The pitch is called a ball. It was a little high. They call it a splitter. I'm not so sure about that. I think that's just the four-seamer, but the velocity's down.
It is, and it's cutting a little bit. He's got a job here to get this leadoff guy.
2-0 is a strike, top of the zone. He cannot do what he's done so often, Lou, in this evening, and that is lose the leadoff hitter with Devers on deck. Here's a 2-1 pitch that's nicely located. That might have been the splitter, I guess. 91, and it's 2-2.
No, he's not as sharp as he has been, but he's got to get this guy here and then pass it on.
2-2 is down and in. That pitch right there is the one that has eluded him tonight. The slider, he's not had it, and the count is full.
Slider's killing him. It's one of his best off-speed pitches. You just can't find it at all.
What a huge pitch this is with Rafi on deck as Ramos calls for time. He has to just attack him, doesn't he?
I think so.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Here it is. And a line drive into right field. That's a base hit. So that'll be it for Dobbins. Cora's going to come out of the dugout. Dobbins does not retire the righty Ramos. And Alex out of that first base dugout. It happens. You're not going to have your A+ stuff tonight. But Dobbins did not at all here tonight.
No, 73 pitches here, 4+ innings. He didn't have it. He just didn't have it. And that's going to happen. He's a young kid. He's been really, really good now for, a bunch of starts. Kind of really was settling in before this outing, but didn't have a power fastball, didn't have his best breaking ball, which is his slider. Just really fought it all night long.
So now the drama unfolds with Devers coming up against Brennan Bernardino. Red Sox baseball brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Hurry in for your last chance to get employee pricing for all during the Great American Sales Event. It's hilarious to me to watch Devers look at the iPad for Bernardino. That's the process. He'll hit after this 30-second break in San Francisco. 5-4 Red Sox. However, Devers the go-ahead run. It was always going to be this way. We'll be back with more from Oracle Park in the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
During this call to the bullpen, you could sign up for Ford Pass. It's the app that puts your Ford ownership experience right in the palm of your hand. With the Ford Pass app, you can access complimentary remote features like Start Stop, Lock Unlock, Schedule a start, locate your vehicle, or get your vehicle's status on the Ford Pass app when your vehicle is equipped with Ford Pass Connect. Get started by downloading the Ford Pass app on the App Store or Google Play.
Well, here we go. In San Francisco, the Red Sox lead by a run, and Rafael Devers is going to come up. He's glaring out, paying close attention to Bernardino, a guy who he's obviously thrown and seen throw so many times. But, Lou, this is just totally different. I mean, before he wasn't watching him thinking about how would I hit this guy. He is right now, and he comes up in a big spot.
Yeah, he's going to have to try to figure it out, right? Because watching Devers all these years, it's four-seamer up, right? So maybe it's sinker down and in, see if you can get him to foul that ball off, and then you're going to see a lot of breaking balls down and away. You really got to execute here.
Well, and again, he launched one to left center field deep, which usually speaks of big things to come. He's greeted. Round of applause. Rafi great against lefties this year, 290 with a slug just under 500. One on, none out. That was tonight 0 for 2. Bernardino is at the belt, and a throw to first. A little lob over there. You know it's going to happen over and over again in this series that Rafi comes up in big spots.
Yeah, it's good. It's like Judge playing the Yankees, right? Just the drama of it.
Left on left, the pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Can't do it better than that from Bernardino when it's 0-1.
You got to stay out there. I don't think you got the fastball or the four-seamer to kind of mess around with the inner half. That sinker, if it's in, it's got to be in off the plate. Got to live on that outside corner.
Double play depth behind Bernardino, who throws, and Rafi grounds one up the middle. Story to his left gloves. He'll throw to first in time, and Toro does well to keep his foot on the bag, sort of lunging toward home plate. That's a really good job there by Story to range over to his left, and Toro corrals it. Devers is gone. There's one away.
Yeah, a little soft line drive. Did not have a play. The angle was, he's kind of almost going towards right center. Can't really come back and get it out. Would have been bang, bang. Toro does a nice job of holding this bag to at least get one out of it.
He was running hard down the line was Devers. They did a close play. There's a little extra behind it. David Hamilton sort of shaking out his legs. You wonder about that. Toro rubbing his elbow after that dive. Here's Wilmer Flores, tying run at second base. Pitch, not even close. A cut fastball. Missed outside for ball one. You got the lefty Lee on deck. First base open. Hamilton trying to keep the runner close at second as the pitch is in there for a strike on the outside corner.
Got a righty out there in that bullpen too, Zach Kelly. You wonder if Bernardino's in for three guys, right? He had left, right, and then Lee, the lefty, on deck.
1-1. The pitch is not close. Change up that missed, and it's 2-1.
Get the off day. Bullpen should be pretty fresh, but you are in these middle innings. You got to fight to get to that seventh with the lead.
And of course, the problem when your starter gets chased in the fifth. 2-1. Pitch is up the middle into center field. A line drive, base hit. Cedon's got the big arm. They're going to send him. Rafael's throw comes home, and it is not in time. Head first slide. Narvaez drops it, throws to second, and they got him. A tag on the helmet, but Flores has tied the game at 5. That was such a weird throw from Cedon, like a worm burner, and because it took 3 hops to Narvaez, the tying run scored.
Yeah, this wasn't Cedon's one of his best. You know, usually you get a nice little one hopper that lands beyond the mound. This thing, it bounced well before the pitcher's mound. It didn't get there in time. Narvaez does a nice job of getting up and throwing this ball to second. I believe there's a tag on the helmet.
They want to challenge the Giants, do. I thought he was out because of the tag to the helmet, but they don't think so.
Might have got the foot. He went in feet first.
Very
the question
close.
is, was the cleat on that bag before Story put it on the helmet?
Flores almost hurt himself going in there so hard. I think he's out, Lou. I mean, it's very close. It's bang, bang. I think the fact that the call was out, we'll have to wait for a real slowdown. I do think he's out.
I think he's out as well. Narvaez does a nice job. Again, this throw, it's not what we normally would see from Cedon. I thought he was out. I thought he was dead at home plate.
Me too. I thought it was a sort of an irresponsible send there, given the arm in center, but Rafael yanked it.
Usually this throw clears the mound. It's a one hop to the plate. He'd been out by 10 feet. Instead, it bounced almost, I don't know, a third of the way towards the pitcher's mound, and it just didn't have the carry. And at 3 hops before 4 hops, maybe before it even got to Narvaez. He tried to slap the tag down, lost the ball, picked it up quick to get Flores at second.
By the way, in the 5th inning, this is a bad challenge by the Giants, I think. Trying to keep a guy in scoring position, but it's the middle of the game. Here's the call.
After review, the call stands. The runner's out. San Francisco loses the challenge.
You're right, though. That's a really important recovery from Carlos. And now 2 down, bases empty for Jung-Hoo Lee. I thought that one should have been confirmed, not just standing. That matter.
Yeah, but you, like you said, Nick, here we are now. You're in the 5th inning, and you're out of challenges. I always felt like the first 3 innings, you better be 100% sure. The middle innings, you should still be pretty sure, because you may need this thing late. 6, 7, 8, 9.
Game-changing play. We are tied. What a dramatic game this has been. Lee takes strike 1 for Bernardino. It's 0-1. Bernie will be upset with that pitch to Flores.
Flores, their RBI guy. Again, 348, runs in scoring position. He's a good hitter.
0-1. Outside.
But that's not a throw you normally see from Cedon. You thought he was going to be out by 10 feet. Throws him a little one-hopper, catch and tag.
1-1. Here's the pitch, and it's swung on a miss. I'd be curious to ask him. It's this time of night that marine layer comes in. You know, the outfield grass here at this time of night can get really slick. I wonder if he lost the grip coming home with the throw.
But usually if you lose it, you sail it. You don't throw it into the ground.
1-2 is loop foul on the third base side.
You know what I mean? Like usually if the ball is wet, that's when the ball takes off on you. Up and away to, say, first base, or up and away down the line towards home. He just threw this one kind of straight into the ground.
Jung-Hoo lined out to center his last time. He's 0 for 2. Tie game in the 5th. Here's a little looper foul. On the third base side. Nesson is using some of the cameras they've got here in San Francisco, and there really just are not many better shots of any park anywhere than the one they got. Little drone out in left field over McCovey Cove. Spectacular. Here's the 1-2, and it's loop foul again down the left field side, out of play.
Beautiful photo of that. Video of that harbor right beyond center field, left center.
So cool.
Boats lined up.
About an hour ago, you had the light reflecting with the sun setting. And in the Berkeley and Oakland Hills, 1-2 to Jung-Hoo Lee. Tie game in the 5th. Pitch. Soft ground ball on the right side. Toro goes after it. Bernie's got a hurry flip to him. He wins the foot race to the bag, and the inning is over. However, Wilmer Flores ties the game at 5. We go to the 6th after this. Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox.
Get ready for July 4th with early savings at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 40% off select major appliances and get an additional 10% off 2 or more select major appliances. Plus, get 3 Stay Green or premium 2 cubic foot mulch bags for just $10. These deals are coming in hot. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 6/25. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
A spring evening is the ideal time to hit up your group chat, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and catch the NHL Finals. Because cross-checks on ice deserve exhilarating refreshment served ice-cold.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Cool off and cash in. The Pepsi Bottle Lotto Sweepstakes is turning every sip into a shot at prizes. Just scan specially marked 20-ounce Pepsi Cola bottles, enter the code under the cap, and you're in the game. Instant cash-in product prizes are up for grabs, with a winner every 60 seconds. And each week, someone's taking home 20 grand. Make this summer one to remember. Play now at BottleLotto.com. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 18+. Subject to official rules at BottleLotto.com. Ends 8/9/2025.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader, like that car riding your tail. Or if you're tailgating right now, all those cars doubling as kitchens and living rooms are on Auto Trader too. Are you working out and listening to this ad at the same time? Well, multitasking pro, cars like the ones in the gym parking lot are for sale on Auto Trader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on Auto Trader. Just you wait. Auto Trader.
In our Can Show, weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Marcelo Meyer to lead it off for the Red Sox against Sean Jelly, both starters out of the game. Birdsong and Dobbins. It's been up and down, 5-5. We are tied. The pitch to Marcelo. Strike on the inside corner. Way up the coast from where Marcelo grew up. California cool. 0-1. The pitch is inside. Cut fastball. It's 1-1. There's twice grounded balls on the right side. 1-1 is way high. Fastball, not close, and it's 2-1.
Been a wild game here through 5. Yeah. I would say defensively, especially pitching and defense, we have not seen this from the Red Sox in a few weeks.
Walks and errors. The 2-1 is grounded on the third base side, just foul. That was an easy double had that gone over the bag down the left field side, but 2-2 to Marcelo. The misplay by Hamilton in the first inning, the walks from Dobbins a couple of times, bad throw by Cedon to tie the game. I mean, he got the ball in his glove in sort of regular center field when the runner hit third. 2-2. Marcelo loops one down the left field line. This one is also foul.
And that's what I mean. Like, they've won some close games, and they've won those because of big plays. Like you mentioned, the error in the first gave it to him. Dobbins kind of just didn't have it. Walked 5-3 back to back where they scored a couple runs in the second. And Cedon throws that guy out probably 8 out of 10 times.
2-2 soft ground ball on the first base side. It's handled by Flores. He'll walk it to the bag himself, and there's one away. Unusual for sure. If you want to win free groceries for a year, prizes like $500 in Shaw's gift cards, or have your kid as an honorary bat boy or girl. Enter the Shaws and Star Market Grand Slam Summer Sweeps. Spend $50, get your code, and enter. Official rules at GrandSlamSummerSweeps.com. Here's Cedon. He's having a big night. Swings and misses a curveball, and it's 0-1. It is extremely encouraging what he's done the last few weeks with the bat. The 0-1 is a take, a fastball inside 1-1. Because, Lou, there was so much swing and miss, so much chase, so much weak contact. They need him to turn it on, and he has. The 1-1 is low. Good take.
Yeah, you want to bottle it up. We can talk all we want about what he's been before, but the last 3 or 4 weeks, and he had a stretch earlier in the year, like right out of the gate, he reverted back to his old self. He was fantastic in camp. Then he kind of figured it out. In the last 3 or 4 weeks, he's been really good.
2-1. Here's a high drive in a deep left center field. This thing at the warning track, at the wall. Goodbye. Are you kidding me? Cedon goes way out of here. A solo shot. Have a night, Cedon. It is 6-5 Red Sox.
Ooh, it's just what the doctor ordered. A little hanging breaking ball. 424 for Cedon Rafael. 107 off the bat. He is having a night for himself. 3 for 3 now. Said he's looked like a different guy here the last 3 weeks. Not a couple games. 3 or 4 weeks.
He's got the Wally mask on. Back and forth we go. Here's Hamilton, who takes the pitch down. And David had the most important swing of this game to give the Red Sox a little belief, that 2-run bomb. But Cedon, that is beautiful from the right side. The 1-0 is low.
Just a hanging breaking ball. I mean, he's just number 7 on the year. The bar for him offensively, given what he does defensively, doesn't have to be that high.
2-0 is a strike.
You know what I mean? Like this guy's hitting 8th or 9th for you. He's probably got a little over 250 now with 7 bombs. Got 10 bags. Gold Glove defender.
Here's the pitch to Hamilton. That's ripped into right field. That's a base hit. His speed is aboard with 1 down. And I think, Lou, it's so easy to say what he needs to do. It's not easy to execute it, as Bob Melvin's coming out. And by that, I mean, look, when he actually works counts and takes pitches out of the zone, he gets advantageous counts, and he can do major damage.
Well, he's starting to buy in a little bit. And sometimes with the buy-in, you need some positive results. So you keep preaching, seeing him ball. See more pitches, swing less, and now that you're seeing the results, he has a buy-in. Now there's a belief system involved, and he can kind of stick with it.
Like that home run. I mean, a 1-1 breaking ball that was pretty close. He took it, and then the next pitch, he absolutely launched. The Giants are going to go to the left-hander, Eric Miller. You've got Duran, Narvaez, and Roman coming up. Cedon has launched, and the Red Sox lead 6-5 in the 6th inning. In San Francisco on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
During this call to the bullpen, it's the perfect time to check out all the great content at buyfordnow.com. Find Ford offers you won't see advertised anywhere else. Search Ford dealer inventory for your dream vehicle. Compare Ford SUVs, trucks, and electric vehicles versus the competition. Calculate your trade-in value and learn about exclusive offers for military and first responders. So, visit buyfordnow.com and then see your New England Ford dealers.
Arbella Insurance has been doing business in the New England community for over 35 years. They're your friends, your neighbors, and fellow Boston fans. They do the wave at the ballpark together and get stuck in the same Storrow Drive traffic. At Arbella, being your neighbor helps them provide you with the coverage you need to drive, live, or run a business in this part of the country we call home. Arbella, here for Boston fans, here for good.
Pitching change for the Giants, Eric Miller to face the lefty, Jarren Duran. A really cool scene, I think, in the Red Sox dugout right now as Rafaela just had a great talk with Jason Varitek, his go-ahead home run in this 6th inning. And then here comes Marcelo Meyer. Gave him a big hug, sort of headlocked him in that dugout. Marcelo is just such a natural leader. Here is Duran. Pitch to him is strike on the outside corner. Lou, this is sort of the idea, isn't it? You feel like you had to make a move for culture in that room with all these young players, and it's neat to see them all contribute and be feeling good about it here tonight. 1-1 to Duran, who takes a ball a little low with a fastball, 1-1.
Well, they all got to pick it up, right? They all have responsibility now to go out there and perform. You took 2 out of 3 from Seattle. This is a nice little bounce back offensively.
This is one of the few combos, pitcher and catcher, you think Hamilton might take it easy over at first base. 1-1. Pitch is way high and in.
Yeah, the lefty, little slide step too. Mill's been good. He got 97, 98. Good slider.
Looks like Zach Kelly continues to sort of throw in the Red Sox bullpen. You wonder whether the Red Sox are thinking on the fly here with their bullpen plans. 2-1 to Duran. The pitch is swung on and fouled at his feet. Whitlock went 1 inning the other day, had the off day yesterday. He got Wilson, Weiser, Chapman, all those guys available. And look at this scene in the dugout, Lou. It is all smiles. Cora and Pete Fatsi and Ramon Vasquez, they are thrilled with the way this thing is turned. 2-2, runner goes. The pitch is swung on and fouled. You can't blame Duran. It's 2-2. He thought it was too close to take. I think Hamilton had that bag stolen.
He did. He went first move, even with the slide step. You know, they have so many scouting reports on these guys, right? It's a lefty, so you think we're going to go first movement. So you think it's kind of 50-50. You got to guess right. But there's little subtle things pitchers do when they're delivering home and when they're throwing over and their setup.
2-2. Duran waits. The pitch is outside. In other words, it could be little things like the way their right toe is pointed to the rubber, their belt buckle turns a certain way. So many eyes on these guys.
Yeah, they set up. Maybe their front foot is a little bit closer.
What about now, 3-2?
I think you got to be careful with the lefty. The lefty makes me nervous a little bit. Yep.
3-2. And he will throw over. Now, though, now maybe it's an invitation after the throw over to go. That was his bad pickoff move, though. Maybe he's got the good one in reserve.
If it was a righty, this is 100%.
Yeah. 3-2 to Jarren Duran. Hamilton leads 6-5 Red Sox. The pitch is swung on and missed. He got him. Great slider. Well, they didn't send him, and I think it was the right call. Hamilton holds at first. Now 2 outs for Carlos Narvaez.
Well, Miller, lefty on lefty. Could be some swing and miss there. He's been really good for these guys lately. He's given up just 1 hit in his last 7 outings, covering 5 1/3. But he has walked 18 this year in 27 innings.
Here's Carlos Narvaez, who tonight is 0 for 3. Hamilton leaning, not going. The pitch is way down, and that would have been a good pitch to run on a changeup. Not that he knew that was coming. And it is 1-0. Carlos Narvaez has been a total marvel for the Red Sox. I don't know that he'll be their everyday 2-hole hitter. 1-0. Pitch is way outside.
It's funny because I'm saying this off the air. You can take it the way you want, but they don't really have a top of the order.
Yeah.
I mean, Jaron Duran's the leadoff guy, but, whether it's Narvaez, Anthony Toro, or Meyer, Rafael Hamilton, or Abreu, Story, Meyer, it's
2-0. Pitch to Carlos. Swinging a high fly into left field, sinking, and it is going to be caught on the run by Ramos. Going just off the end of the bat and hung up just enough. However, Cedar Rafaela says bye-bye in the city by the bay. 6-5 and a shot. To the bottom of the 6th we go. I think Zach Kelly's coming on in the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Get ready for July 4th with early savings at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 40% off select major appliances and get an additional 10% off 2 or more select major appliances. Plus, get 3 Stay Green or premium 2 cubic foot mulch bags for just $10. These deals are coming in hot. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 6/25. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
With Ring cameras and doorbells, you can see and speak to who's there from anywhere.
Pizza delivery for Becky?
I'm in the backyard. Be right there.
With Ring, you can see, speak, and protect. Learn more at ring.com.
Drinks or dabs? The vibe's only good if you get home safe. Can you make the right call when it counts? Head over to itsnotaGameIllinois.com to play our retro arcade. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Goodr sunglasses elevate your festival fit for just $25. With over 100 color and style combos, they've got the perfect no-slip, no-bounce shades for every vibe. Whatever your festival aesthetic, Goodr is the ultimate finishing touch to your look. Finish your fit at Goodr.com.
As a low-voltage contractor, you probably know Graber for cable and connectivity. But there's one more thing you should know us for, like our datacom solutions for security, AV, wireless, and networking. Give us a call to see how this one more thing can make all the difference.
Ask your smart speaker to play 93.7 WEEI. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Well, we head to the bottom of the 6th. Red Sox leading this one 6-5. It will be the righty Zach Kelly in to face Adames, Schmidt, and Bailey. 6, 7, 8. Zach threw the ball well the other night. He didn't give up a hit over an inning and 2/3, had a couple strikeouts in Seattle, but that was the one blowout, right? He comes in low leverage spot. Last 6 appearances, 8 innings. Guys just hitting 5 for 27 off him, but got to stay in the zone here, Will.
That's the most important thing for him as Adames takes strike 1 on the inside corner.
The fastball is 96 to 98. I like to see him use that more off the changeup with the cutter. He gets a little breaking ball happy with his fastball.
0-1 to Willie Adames. Pitch is fouled off on the first base side. Adames tonight has walked and scored and singled and scored. This thing just back and forth. Red Sox gave up the first 3 runs of the game, then a big homer from Hamilton. How about Cedar Rafaela? 0-2. Pitch is swung on and missed. He got him. That was a great sweeper, Lou. Nasty from Kelly.
This guy, I think, is just important for the team. And I know he struggled last year in the second half. The first half, he was dominant. He was finding the zone. But you know who you have at the back end, right? There's Whitlock, Weiser, Chapman, and Wilson. Sometimes you need that guy, that extender, to get to it. You can't use him every night.
No, here's Casey Schmidt, the right-hander. Easy for me to say. Fastball right there. Especially with Slayton gone, they need Kelly to give him big outs. The bullpen report brought to you by Interlock Metal Roofing. Never re-roof again. NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. 6-5 Red Sox. Bottom of the 6th. What a wild one this has been. 0-1. The pitch is a beauty. This is the best version of Zach Kelly.
Yeah.
And it's 0-2. Herb Chambers batting order brought to you by Herb Chambers, Lincoln of Norwood and Lincoln of Westboro. He's always had elite stuff. Kelly has. They play him way to pull on the infield. The 0-2 is good pitch, but a good take. Sweeper outside, 1-2.
Yeah, we saw that last year. You feel like you got to be able to harness and figure this guy out, and figure out how you usage, when to use things, but you got to find the zone. The stuff is unquestionable.
1-2. Pitch is in the dirt. You had a long chat with him the other day. Is he feeling confident on the mound?
Well, I think it's happened, lately, these last few outings, like we talked about, he's feeling better, but I think it's something for him. It's like fighting it, right? It's just, he knows what he can be, and sometimes he goes out there and just can't find it to be who he wants.
2-2 is swung on and missed. Great slider there, and they're 2 away. He's finding it tonight.
That's that little 82-mile-an-hour sweeper, right? Fastball's 97, 98 with sink. Changeup's in the 80 range. The sweeper's at 82, little cutter at 90. So he has the full arsenal. But what he's doing here is he's throwing strikes.
Justin Wilson is now up in the Red Sox bullpen, too. I guess maybe that's for Yaz at the top of the order. Here is Patrick Bailey batting left. The pitch is low.
Yeah, you got to think. They got that pocket of Yastrzemski, Ramos, and of course, Devers, Flores, Lee. So there is a nice little pocket there of 3 lefties and 5.
1-0. Meyer in at third. The pitch is a little low. It's not impossible that when I hit the airplane Sunday to LA, I might have an orange jersey with this guy's last name on it. 2 balls, no strikes. Patrick Bailey, that is. The pitch is a strike, fastball in the inside corner.
To give it to your son.
Yeah. Hey, look, the Red Sox desperately want to win these 3 games, but after this, it's a family affair. They can have a Fleming family National League team, right? Especially with the name. 2-1. Pitch is a little bit high. Did we just get brought hot coffee?
We sure did.
Come on. Anika.
Well, some of us are still on East Coast time. It's kind of late.
It's true. It's the midnight oil for us right now.
Yeah.
3-1. Need a strike to Patrick Bailey. The pitch is indeed a strike. Nicely located. Fastball bottom of the zone, and it's 3-2.
Give me another one here. You're a walk-free, clean inning. Well, that inning in 2/3 is even a blowout. It's a confidence inning, right? Kind of earn the trust of those guys in that dugout to put you in a game like this.
No doubt. 3-2. Here's the pitch, and it is low. Ball 4. And Andrew Bailey's not happy with the call, but that was low. It's a 2-out walk, and we take 10 seconds for station ID. The Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
You wondered whether they would hit for Christian Koss, and the answer to that is absolutely yes. I think Alex Cora is going to counter Bob Melvin here. He's coming out of the dugout. The Giants are going to go to Daniel Johnson, a left-handed hitter. You got Justin Wilson warming in the pen, and they will make the change. So Kelly, 2 strikeouts and a walk. Tying run is aboard here. With 2 outs in the 6th. Pitching change and slow down in the action brought to you by Izervay. And by the way, the Arbella Insurance Foundation dedicated striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund. Every strikeout from a Sox pitcher during this year, Arbella donates $50 to the Jimmy Fund. They're here for the Jimmy Fund and here for good. Wilson is coming on, and they're going to counter again. The Giants are. They're going to sacrifice Johnson and go to the right-handed hitting Tyler Fitzgerald. Justin Verlander went onto the paternity list today, and they brought up Brett Wisely, the infielder, left-handed hitter, so they got an extra bat on their bench, which does empower Bob Melvin to be a little bit more aggressive here.
Yeah, you normally have 4 guys on your bench. Now they got 5, right? So you can burn a guy just to get the righty-lefty matchup.
So, 4th pitcher of the night for the Red Sox comes on in a big spot. 1 on, 2 out. Wilson to the mound after this in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
During this call to the bullpen, you could sign up for Ford Pass. It's the app that puts your Ford ownership experience right in the palm of your hand. With the Ford Pass app, you can access complimentary remote features like start-stop, lock-unlock, schedule a start, locate your vehicle, or get your vehicle's status on the Ford Pass app when your vehicle is equipped with Ford Pass Connect. Get started by downloading the Ford Pass app on the App Store or Google Play.
Just like our hometown Legends of the Diamond, Herb Chambers has been hitting it out of the park for decades with legendary customer service. With over 35 brands and so many locations, Herb Chambers offers the largest inventory of cars, trucks, and SUVs in New England. You can always count on getting the lowest prices and best value. And at Herb Chambers, you always get more for your trade. Come see for yourself and experience our legendary customer service today. Herb Chambers. We don't sell cars, we help people buy them.
Tyler Fitzgerald, right-handed hitter, comes up with the tying run at first base and 2 down. Bottom of the 6th. He's scuffling offensively. Wilson throws, and that is to the backstop. Something's going on with Carlos Narvaez tonight. He's just not seeing the baseball well tonight. And it's probably going to be a wild pitch, but it caught leather for Narvaez and the tying run in scoring position.
Yeah, I mean, this was a fastball up. He had to really reach for it, but I'm with you. Like, he catches this ball.
Weird. Wilson, by the way, looked really off in his warm-up throws, coupled to the backstop. The 1-0 is swung on and missed. That's a good fastball, and it's 1-1. Fitzgerald 8 for his last 53. A game that has had a little bit of everything, including some frustration like that wild pitch. 1-1 pitch is in the dirt. I mean, he did that a lot when he was warming up. Wilson bounced that slider. Good stop there by Narvaez, and it's 2-1. Kelly was awesome for the first 2 hitters, but if you're going to be a trusted reliever, you cannot walk the 8-hole hitter in a 1-run game. 2-1. Wilson looks to second. He throws, and a swing and a miss. That was a great slider. And it's 2-2.
Yeah, you know, Wilson's got that 94-95, that late life, good spin rate. So we get swing and misses on it more than most 94s. And he plays that slider off of it. This one here was a perfect pitch.
Tying run at second, 2 down in the 6th. 6-5 Red Sox. 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed. He got him with a fastball, and the Red Sox stay ahead. 6-5 through 6 on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
And we're back, folks. It looks like Jim from sales just got in from his client lunch, and he's gotten receipts.
His next meeting is in 2 minutes. The team is asking, can he get through his expenses in that time?
He's going for it. Is that his phone? He's snapping a pic. He's texting Ramp.
Jim is fast, but this is unheard of.
That's it. He's done it. It's unbelievable.
On Ramp, expenses are faster than ever. Just submit them with a text. Switch your business to ramp.com.
If you've been struggling with your weight, Mochi Health is here to help. Mochi Health is a long-term weight loss solution personalized to fit your unique needs and goals. Meet one-on-one with board-certified obesity doctors and registered dietitians who are on a mission to listen. Eligible patients can access custom-formulated GLP-1 medications at an affordable set price and get them delivered to their home each month. Take our free quiz at joinmochi.com and use code AUDIO40 at checkout for $40 off your first month of membership.
Want to pull off the season's freshest trends? You just need the right shoes. That's where Designer Shoe Warehouse comes in. Loving wide-leg jeans? Pair them with sleek, low-profile sneakers. Obsessed with the sheer trend? Try it with mesh flats. Feeling boho? Comfy sandals nail the whole free-spirited thing. Find on-trend shoes from the brands you love, like Birkenstock, Nike, Adidas, and more at DSW.
Worried about what ingredients are hiding in your groceries? Let us take the guesswork out. We're Thrive Market, the online grocery store with the highest quality standards in the industry. We restrict 1,000 plus ingredients, so you can trust that you'll only find the best high-quality, organic, and sustainable brands, all free of the junk. With savings up to 30% off and fast carbon-neutral shipping, you get top trusted groceries at your door, and you can stop worrying about what your kids get their hands on. Start shopping at thrivemarket.com/get started for 30% off your first order and a free gift.
Hey, it's Roman Anthony. This is the home of the Sox, WEEI.
Giants go to the bullpen again. Joey Lucchesi is on to see Roman Anthony, who had a game-tying hit earlier this evening. This thing has been way back and forth, these two clubs. And at the moment, the Red Sox ahead by a run. Casey Second left-hander on the mound. Anthony then Toro as the pitch to Roman. He's right there, strike on the outside corner. The fans here in San Francisco, it can become a little bit of a party in here, and like so many who live in this city, there are a lot of costumes worn a lot of times. 0-1. Pitch is way outside. Like Brendan Belt was the baby giraffe. People in sections would have like giraffe costumes on. Melky Cabrera, the milkman, people wore cow costumes. You figure, can you imagine if Roman Anthony were a giant player? The 1-1 is a strike on the outside corner.
We saw the Roman helmets at Fenway Park.
They'd be everywhere here.
Yeah.
You'd have some togas.
Roman Empire.
He's looking good tonight. Walk and a single, game tying hit. 6-5 Red Sox. In a 1-2 hole here. But Casey stands tall. He winds, he throws, and Roman swings and misses. He can't stop on a breaking ball in the dirt. And there's one away. Of course, this, Lou, is life in the big leagues, especially when you're in the 3-hole. Bob Melvin says, all right, you're going to lead off an inning. Here comes one of my best lefties.
Yeah, and it's the lefty relievers to where some of these young kids will struggle more, right? Those guys come in, their job is to get lefties out. They're in the big leagues because they're nasty against lefties. That's where it's challenging for guys like Roman and Marcelo.
So here now, Abraham Toro. The pitch is pop foul on the first base side. This is one of those nights, Lou, as that one gets a row into the seats, that because you had Birdsong, you got Ref Snyder, Romy on the bench. With a lead, though, there's not really a defensive upgrade in there. So I think for now, Alex will just ride with the hitters he's got in there.
Yeah, unless there's an opportunity, second and third, first and second, bases loaded, that type of spot where you can open this thing up. I think he would make a move.
But not now in the seventh inning. 0-1 to Toro. Here's the pitch. Abraham grounds one on the right side. That's a base hit. That's going to be extra bases for Toro. Little looping line drive. He rounds first. He's into second with a hit. And Wilyer Abreu is due up. I do think because of the glove, they'll ride with Wilyer, but that is an interesting call.
It is, and this is kind of a spot, too, with Roman Anthony being your DH. I guess you could always go ref and put him out there, no problem, but I just feel like when you have the lead, and again, one guy on is one thing. Bases loaded, I think you make the move, right?
Yep.
And you're going to, still the seventh inning. There's another AB to come.
Left on left for Abreu. The pitch to him is swung on and missed. He chased a sinking fastball, and it's 0-1. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan post-game show. Nissan here to help you save this summer with lower MSRPs on Rogue and Pathfinders. Possibilities are endless. Visit your local dealer today. 0-1 for Wilyer. Pitch to him. Swinging a ground ball up the middle into center field. Base hit. It's going to score. Toro. He comes rumbling around third. They ride with Willie, and it pays off. 7-5 Red Sox.
There's one thing with Abreu. There were many opportunities earlier in the year where you would say this is Ref Schneider all day long last season. But he has given Devers more opportunities to face, lefty Devers, Abreu. And he's had good at-bats. The batting average isn't there, but there's walks, there's hard contact, there's quality at-bats against lefties enough to trust them. And he just did there, and it worked.
Well, how about this? Now Bob Melvin is coming out of the dugout again to make another pitching change. Luke Casey is out. They're bringing a right-hander on to face Trevor Story. What a big knock that is from Wilyer Abreu. 7-5 Sox, still only one out. Story to bat when we come back to Oracle Park in San Francisco in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
During this call to the bullpen, it's the perfect time to check out all the great content at buyfordnow.com. Find Ford offers you won't see advertised anywhere else. Search Ford dealer inventory for your dream vehicle. Compare Ford SUVs, trucks, and electric vehicles versus the competition. Calculate your trade-in value and learn about exclusive offers for military and first responders. So, visit buyfordnow.com and then see your New England Ford dealers.
Arbella Insurance has been doing business in the New England community for over 35 years. They're your friends, your neighbors, and fellow Boston fans. They do the wave at the ballpark together and get stuck in the same Sturo Drive traffic. At Arbella, being your neighbor helps them provide you with the coverage you need to drive, live, or run a business in this part of the country we call home. Arbella, here for Boston fans, here for good.
Brian Walker, the right-hander, is on for the Giants as the Red Sox have padded their lead a little bit, 7-5. As they bring on the righty to face Trevor Story, who in his Rockies days was so familiar with this particular yard. It is not a hitter's paradise by any stretch. Trevor, in 45 games coming in here, did hit 13 home runs. That's amazing. Something about this place he enjoys.
Wow. A lot of home runs in this park.
Wouldn't you love one right here? Ryan Walker, 32nd appearance on a 4.45 earned run average. Abreu, not much of a lead at first. The pitch is a strike. Fastball right there on the corner. It's 0-1.
This guy slings it, doesn't he? 96 slider. Two-pitch guy. Close with him earlier in the year. Actually closed out 9 for 11, but had a 5 ERA in doing so.
Trevor's 0 for 3 tonight. The pitch is outside.
I mean, he just talk about throwing across your body and slinging it. He's lined up on that first base side of the rubber. Almost steps to that third base on deck circle and just slings it across his body.
Can I tell you there's something incredibly fun happening right now in the Red Sox bullpen as Trevor Story takes a fastball at the bottom of the zone. Aroldis Chapman is up and throwing, and he is going to get Devers in the bottom of the 7th inning in a 2-run Red Sox lead. Wow. That's aggression. 1-2. Abreu leading at first. He's got the towel. I don't know that he's throwing yet.
I hope he doesn't.
Because he got Wilson in the game. 1-2. The pitch is swung on and missed. He got him with a slider. And they're 2 away. That's probably just his sort of early routine, right?
Well, the only reason why I say that is, yes, he is up 3rd in the 7th.
But you're going to have him again later.
But you're going to have him in the 9th, and I would much rather have Aroldis facing him in the 9th.
So he's just stirring about out there. I thought he had a baseball in the glove, but it's just that towel warm-up routine. Here's Marcelo. Pitch is a strike. I wonder here, Lou, you got a righty. I know Bailey's really good. Abreu can run a little bit. I think that you could make a case. You might just gamble a little bit here. Try to see if you can get Abreu up to second. 0-1 to Marcelo. The pitch is a beautiful strike. Bottom of the zone, 0-2.
Yeah, and he's got a slow little windup too. He really kind of coils his body. And Marcelo right now is just trying to figure out where the ball's coming from. Right? Just a release point he hasn't seen.
0-2. Abreu runs. The pitch is inside. Bailey's throw is yanked on the third base side. It's a foot-first slide. They do test it. Picked a good pitch to run on. Why is everybody coming off the field? Did they call that a strike? What? Bailey had to lunge over to get that thing. So it's a called third strike, and the inning is over. Wow. 7-5 Red Sox lead. Stretch time in San Francisco in the Shaws at Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
On average, you'll have to wait 31 days to see an OBGYN. And if you're dealing with an infection or outbreak, you know you need care fast. That's where WISP comes in. Connect with a U.S. licensed provider online and pick up safe, effective treatment at your local pharmacy that same day. Plus, get birth control and more delivered in all 50 states. Take control with comprehensive sexual and reproductive care, all from your phone. WISP. That's HelloWisp.com. The waiting room can wait.
Going on vacation? We're here for it. With kids who turn a back seat into a courtroom drama over whose tablet is louder, whose charger is faster, and why watching the same cartoon for the 100th time is a human right? Yep, we totally have vehicles to handle that. Because whether it's a road trip or a business trip, where your flight's delayed, your phone's at 2%, and your dinner, whatever's open, yeah, here for that too. Enterprise, we're here for it.
You don't need to use an oversized AI model for everything, just like you don't need to use an axe to slice a cake. Find out how smaller models can deliver the right results and help cut AI costs up to 90% at IBM.com. The AI built for business. IBM.
Going on vacation? We're here for it. With kids who turn a back seat into a courtroom drama over whose tablet is louder, whose charger is faster, and why watching the same cartoon for the 100th time is a human right? Yep, we totally have vehicles to handle that. Because whether it's a road trip or a business trip, where your flight's delayed, your phone's at 2%, and your dinner, whatever's open, yeah, here for that too. Enterprise, we're here for it.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Justin Wilson is on the mound for the Red Sox in this bottom of the seventh inning, 7-5 they lead. He's got to face the next two hitters, does Wilson, as a strike is not called on the outside corner. It's 2-0 to Yaz. The Red Sox have Greg Weissert warming in their bullpen. Chapman's got the towel out. He's not yet throwing. This inning is Yastrzemski, Ramos, and, of course, Rafael Devers. The 2-0 has popped up. Shallow left field, back on it to shortstop Story. In comes Duran, and Trevor takes over and makes a backpedaling grab for a big, big first out.
Yeah, it sure is. You got to figure he's going to have Devers, and then Weissert after that. I'd like, it's weird because Chapman usually grabs that towel the inning before he comes in, but you have to protect yourself in case this top of the order gets back up in the ninth and have him ready for the ninth.
Definitely,
right?
Definitely. All right, here's Elliot Ramos with Devers out on deck. 7-5 Red Sox in this seventh inning. Pitch down and in. It's brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. Hurt in a car or work accident? Get Glassman all sevens after 6-1-7. 1-0 the pitch. Is a strike. Can I just tell you, it'd be much more comfortable to face Devers not as the tying run here?
Yeah, I'm with you. It's kind of that same feeling. Listen, the guy's a dangerous hitter. We know that. You don't want him up in a two-run game with somebody on.
1-1. Pitch. Line drive into center field. That's going to get down in front of Rafaela for a base hit. So, once again, Devers will come up as the tying run. A little bit off the end of the bat, but Ramos got just enough of it. And here's Devers.
Here we go. I mentioned that Wilson kind of disappearing fastball that he has at 94. It has a almost 37% whiff rate, which is off the charts. Slider's 38. And against lefties, it's pretty much four-seam fastball, slider. He'll mix in a little cutter to go with it.
Here's Devers. The pitch is swung on and missed. That was up and in. He totally fooled him with a fastball. I'm very hesitant to say this.
Don't.
He has looked a little over-anxious tonight.
I still think you try to get this four-seam fastball up in the zone like that one was there.
0-1. Wilson sets. He throws. Rafi swings and fouls it off. That's a high fastball right where you wanted it. And it's 0-2. You know the Red Sox have the spray chart cold on Devers. They know where to play everybody on the defensive side.
Now you got that. Opens it up, I think, for that slider off.
You got to bury it in the dirt, don't you?
Just get it off.
0-2. Wilson is ready. Devers waits. The pitch is high in the air into center field. Cedon, though, appears to have it lined up. He does in front of the track. He's there to make the play. And Devers is now 0 for 4. There are 2 outs in the seventh, and Cora's coming out. What a big pitch and a big out that is from Justin Wilson.
It sure is. He's just a dangerous hitter. We know who he is. He can lead the yard at any point, and now you're going to go to Weissert because Flores has been the RBI guy for this team.
Makes me wonder whether they're going to try to stay away from Whitlock tonight and whether they want Greg to get 4 outs and Chapman the final 3.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's probably the play.
All right, Red Sox lead 7-5, but still the tying run is coming to the plate in their most clutch hitter. Wilmer Flores has been fabulous in these kinds of spots. We'll see him to the plate right after this. 2 outs, bottom 7. Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
During this call to the bullpen, it's the perfect time to check out all the great content at buyfordnow.com. Find Ford offers you won't see advertised anywhere else. Search Ford dealer inventory for your dream vehicle. Compare Ford SUVs, trucks, and electric vehicles versus the competition. Calculate your trade-in value and learn about exclusive offers for military and first responders. So, visit buyfordnow.com and then see your New England Ford dealers.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe.
From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
One on, 2 out in the bottom of the 7th inning. Red Sox lead the Giants 7-5. This thing has been totally wild from the jump, even before the game, with all the drama surrounding Rafael Devers. And Rafi just flied out. He's 0 for 4, but now the very dangerous Wilmer Flores stands in. Flores has been the clutch man for these Giants. 17 go-ahead RBIs. 12 of them have won games. Here he is with 1 on and 2 out. Weisert's been great. Pitch is a strike. He got the save on Wednesday. He's been fabulous of late as Weissert.
Yeah, he has. It just there's been some walks, right? He walked the guy last night and a couple the night before that. That's really the only thing that's gotten him in a little bit of trouble.
At the belt, 0-1. Pitch is just inside. Yeah, the one, especially 2 outings ago, Lou, it was so unlike him. He just did not know where it was going.
Yeah, didn't really see that from him.
Weissert pitching for the 37th time. 1-1. Pitch is a strike. Perfectly thrown slider, and it's 1-2.
3 sliders now, well located. You know, the 4-seam fastball's been really good. It's usually the pitch that he tries to get the outside corner against righties, sinkers down and in. Plays 2 fastballs on each side of the plate.
Backed up on the infield. 2 down, 1-2. Here's the pitch, and it is swung and grounded toward third. Myers got a cherry hop, crow hop, throw to first in time. Inning over. Great job by Weissert. Devers 0 for 4. The Red Sox go to the 8th. 7-5 they lead on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
When water from the pipes was pouring down, filed a claim with his Cox.
We turned it around. Across America, over 600,000 small businesses look to Hiscox Insurance for protection. Find flexible coverage that adapts to the needs of your small business with a fast, easy online quote at hiscox.com.
'Cause there's no business like small business.
Like no business we know. Get a quote today with Hiscox Small Business Insurance.
For 150 years, American Standard has been the plumber's trusted partner, working together to bring your customers quality, value, and always a quick and easy installation for the #1 toilet brand. While our partnership hasn't changed, our appreciation continues to grow. And it's why we've enhanced our American Standard Plumber Rebate Program, which now gives you even more money back on projects large and small. Learn more at LixellPlumberRebates.com.
Rarely does a product come to the game of professional golf that is so quickly embraced by the pros. Shade-In Precision Eyewear is that product. Go to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and find out why Shade-In sunglasses are trusted by tour players and their caddies. Shade-In is so confident in their product, they're offering a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and use the code SPRING to receive 20% off your order. That's SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and the code SPRING to experience golf's finest eyewear.
You're listening to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now back to the play-by-play action.
Cedar Rafael leading it off in the 8th, and he takes a strike on the outside corner. Ordinarily, what I'm about to say is not that relevant, but here it is in this park. Cedar is a triple away from the cycle. This is maybe the best triples ballpark in America. The 0-1 is to the backstop. Fastball. And it's 1-1. If he hits one into that triangle in right center field, he's going to hit for the cycle.
I was just going to say right center, right? 415 out there in right center. It's like Fenway Park out in that angle. It's probably the similar spot.
They even call it Triples Alley. The 1-1 is down and away. I would say, though, Cedar has had great success just pulling the ball for power.
Well, if he hits the ball that way, it's kind of uncharacteristic. We don't see that too much.
2-1. Hitters count. The pitch is a strike. That didn't have to be. Sinker looked a little low.
It was down.
It's 2-2. Either way, he's had a fabulous night. Cedar has. Great catch, robbing Devers. 3 for 3 with a huge go-ahead homer. The pitch is a ground ball on the right side, softly hit. Walker's got to get over and cover. He takes an underhand flip, wins the foot race to the bag. Cedon is retired for the first time, 1 away. David Hamilton, who got the Sox on the board with a 2-run homer his first time, is at the plate as Garrett Whitlock gets up and begins throwing in the Red Sox pen.
Kind of use Weiser for just one hitter.
But you can understand. Here's the pitch to David, and a fastball misses inside, ball 1. That's how good Whitlock's been.
Well, yeah, and he's available. He only threw 1 inning at an off day, so it's an inning and a third from Weiser. Maybe makes him unavailable tomorrow.
1-0. Pitch. Swing and a foul off his front foot. He's hobbled. By the way, the results of our poll from the New England Chevy dealers question of the day, right on the top of that right foot. I think predictably, 92% say yes. It was the right chance, right call to send Campbell down.
Yeah, it was. A lot of people kept mentioning the contract as if that's a reason not to send someone down. It's not a bad look. It's not nothing. He needs to go down. To be honest with you, work at first base where the future may be. You don't really know what his future position is. Contract's got nothing to do with it. I think they still believe in the bat. He just lost confidence, which can happen. You can be dominated up here for a little bit. He's got to kind of catch your breath a little bit, go down, get some confidence back when you step into the box, and come up, and still a very talented hitter.
1-1 to Hamilton, 7-5 Red Sox. 1 out in this top of the 8th inning. Alex Cora looks quite pleased with himself. It's been a good night so far. Here's the pitch. Hamilton swings and misses. And the big fastball. He did take ground balls at AAA today, did Christian. Get a closer look at Chevy's award-winning lineup at your New England Chevy dealers. Find exciting offers on the powerful Silverado and feature-packed all-new Equinox. 1-2 to Hamilton. Pitch. High fly into left field. Not on this night. Ramos back about 10 feet in front of the warning track is there. Make the play. Yankees lost earlier tonight. Orioles surged back and beat them. So the Sox with a win tonight, if they can hold on, have a chance to get within 4 in the AL East.
The Yankees are every good team has one of these spots. They're just in it right now.
You absolutely hate to see it. 2 down, bases empty for Duran. 7-5 Sox. Jaron takes a strike on the outside corner.
Tampa Bay right in their heels now. They're a game and a half back. Toronto lost. They're 3 back. You're 4.5 right now.
0-1 to Jaron. 2 hits tonight. He takes the ball. Sinker outside, and it's 1-1. Turbocharged from the moment we showed up today. Rafael Devers in an orange shirt taking ground balls at first base. The 1-1 is a pop foul on the third base side. Then Dobbins struggles, an unearned run in the first, 2 more because of walks in the second. I think the response of this young group has been very impressive tonight.
You're down 3-0 in the second, and it just didn't feel right? It's just a sloppy game already. You hadn't seen many from this team. But you're right. I don't think anybody really thought you were walking in here and saw a 7-5 game in the 8th.
No.
The way these offenses have been going at it the last week or two.
1-2 to Duran. Pitch. Is a ground ball on the left side. Adames to his right. Gloves throws to first, and it's very close, but in time, and Duran is gone. Garrett Whitlock is coming on for the bottom of the 8th inning. 2-run Red Sox lead on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
When water from the pipes was pouring down, filed a claim with his Cox.
We turned it around. Across America, over 600,000 small businesses look to Hiscox Insurance for protection. Find flexible coverage that adapts to the needs of your small business with a fast, easy online quote at hiscox.com.
'Cause there's no business like small business.
Like no business we know. Get a quote today with Hiscox Small Business Insurance.
Hey, what was the name of that learning app again? IXL. It gives each kid the exact support they need.
Are we talking about IXL? My kids love it, and research shows it even boosts test scores.
IXL, the learning program 16 million students trust. Try it today at IXL.com.
Get ready for July 4th with early savings at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 40% off select major appliances and get an additional 10% off 2 or more select major appliances. Plus, get 3 Stay Green or premium 2 cubic foot mulch bags for just $10. These deals are coming in hot. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 6/25. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Yes! I love this game. iXL is actually a learning app that helps them excel in math, science, language arts, even social studies. But it's so fun, my kiddo calls it a game.
Yes, I'm crushing it.
Yeah, you are. He loves the awards and motivating feedback on iXL. It's one of his favorite things to do after school. He loves the challenge. I love the results.
Yes.
iXL, the learning program 16 million students trust. Try it today at IXL.com.
Hi, this is Garrett Whitlock. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
Garrett Whitlock comes on for the bottom of the 8th inning. You'll see Jung-Hoo Lee, Willie Adames, and then Casey Schmidt scheduled to hit in Herb Chambers' batting order. Brought to you by Herb Chambers Kia of Burlington. You got Chapman waiting in the wings. The pitch is low. And this is what it's been like forever for Red Sox opponents to run the numbers. It is not a guarantee that Devers will hit again in this game. If Whitlock can go quickly in this inning, he will not. The 1-0 is a strike on the outside corner.
No, Whit's got to come in here and do his job, right? You got this lead, 2-run lead in the 8th. Got to throw strikes, 5, 6, 7.
By the way, the bullpen has been awesome for the Red Sox. After a short start from Dobbins, the pitch is fouled off on the first base side to Jung-Hoo Lee, and it's 1-2. The attendance report, it's packed house here, sold out in Oracle. Brought to you by Crispy Crunchy Chicken. Whether you're craving fresh hand-breaded chicken and chicken tenders or all-breast meat-fried chicken sandwiches and nuggets, Crispy Crunchy Chicken delivers. Pitch is just outside to change up. I think Whitlock has taken a big step forward his last few times.
Yeah, he's looked a lot better. The fastball command, that slider's been really good. The changeup seems to be back.
2-2. Pitch. High fly into center field. Cedon drifting to his right. He's there to make the play. One away.
You mentioned that bullpen. 3 scoreless here tonight, now 3 1/3. Last 4 games, 12 2/3 innings, 0 earned runs. Ooh. Guys are hitting 103 with no extra base hits.
What's been cool about it is it's everybody. A lot of different guys doing it. All right, here's Willie Adames. 1 down, base is empty. He scored 2 runs with a hit and a walk tonight. Whitlock is ready. He throws. High fly, foul. Now to play first base side. Whitlock, by all accounts, had a real problem tipping pitches earlier this year. He's changed that. Attacking, the arm angle looks better. Same release point for him. 0-1. Pitch. Swing and a miss. I mean, he just blew that away. 96 miles an hour, 0-2.
About location, too, right? That's the biggest difference, too. They're executing. So many times, Cora's talked about we need to execute better. And they have been. They've been breaking balls when they need to. They've been locating the fastball up when they need to. Pitching a little bit more on the edges.
0-2. Pitch is down and in. 7 runs, 11 hits, and error, and 6 left for the Red Sox. 5-6, 1-5 for the Giants. Updated box score brought to you by the Mass State Lottery. Let's make it the best night ever. Grab your friends, pick your numbers, and celebrate the night with Keno and the Mass State Lottery. 1-2 is very close. I think that could have and maybe even should have been called strike 3.
It's a good pitch, up and in, kind of caught that top corner.
Instead, it's 2-2. Whitlock throws, and a fastball high. That was a ball. And it's 3-2 with Casey Schmidt, right-handed hitter, on deck. (7-5) Red Sox. The pitch is swung on and softly grounded foul. Outside of third, 96-mile-an-hour challenge sinker. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. 2-run Red Sox lead. The pitch is high and foul down the right field line. Toro gives it a long run, but this thing is 10, 12 rows into the seats. Love the hustle, but out of play, it stays 3-2.
You know what I just enjoyed in that play?
Yeah.
Watching David Hamilton run. He was shading up the middle. I just saw him take off like Toro's running. And then there's this little guy behind him running much faster.
It's like the Flash in Atlanta, running him down on the warning track. 3-2. Pitch is a check swing. Did he go? No, a high fastball. So Whitlock, who might have thrown strike 3, did not get the call. And now a 1-out walk to bring the tying run to the plate in Casey Schmidt. I really think, Lou, if we had the challenge system, which is long overdue, I think Whitlock probably challenges there and they strike out Adames there. As it is, 1-out walk. Here's Schmidt, who's walked and singled. He swings and misses at a good slider, 0-1.
Yeah, the walks. Kelly walked a guy, Whitlock here. 5 from Dobbins. 5 from Dobbins really ended up hurting.
Really been the only blemish from pitching side. The walks, 0-1. Pitch. Line drive up the middle into center field, a base hit. So the tying runs are aboard. That was a center cut fastball, and the Giants have him at first and second with only 1 out. And remember what I said about not guaranteeing Devers needing to hit in the 9th? Now one more base runner reaches for the Giants, and it will be guaranteed that Devers will bat in the 9th.
If he gets the next 2 guys out, right, he's going to be up third. You got 8-9 here. Only 1 out.
Yep, it had to be that way, didn't it? Chapman throwing in the bullpen. Here's Patrick Bailey, left-handed hitter. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul, man. Challenge fastball, 0-1. That was dangerous, not quite up that much, but he got away with it, 0-1. Well, that's why you want a 2-hopper to Hamilton. Double play, get out of the inning. 0-1. Pitch is just low. Change up. And it's 1-1.
Well, nothing's easy.
So weird to look over in the third base dugout and see Devers in another uni looking out at Whitlock. The 1-1 is a swing and a miss. He fooled him badly with the changeup there. And it's 1-2. Patrick Bailey tonight has walked 3 times. Runners dancing around at first and second. The 1-2 is swung on and fouled. He barely got a piece of that slider at the bottom of the zone. (7-5) Red Sox. 2 on, 1 out. You'd love a swing through here. Whitlock looks to second again. And the 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Great slider down beneath the zone, and they're 2 away. Alex Cora, Lou, just continues to smile, almost borderline smirking in that first base dugout. He well understands everything that's surrounding this game. And now the Giants are going to go to Dom Smith to pinch hit here. I mean, this is interesting. The Red Sox have not at all this year asked Chapman to get more than 3 outs, and they won't do it here. I mean, Dom Smith has gotten huge hits in his short time with the Giants, and now he comes up as the go-ahead run against Garrett Whitlock.
I think you got to stay with it. You know, I don't. You always look about a guy like Chapman. Listen, he's 37 years old. He's absolutely fantastic. You know, even at the halfway point yet of the season, we're getting close to it, but it's up to Whitlock to come here and execute and get a hitter.
Well, plus Chapman never does it.
No.
You never know how that'll go. So you lean on one of your elite relievers to get the final out of this 8th inning. But here is Dom Smith. Red Sox fans know a lot about him. Signed just on the 4th day of June. And he's hitting almost 300 in 14 games with a homer and 8 driven in. 2 down, 2 on. 2-run Red Sox lead. Whitlock is ready. He throws. Smith takes a strike. Cannot throw a fastball any better than that, and it's 0-1. It's just Dom Smith's 7th club in the last 4 years. He calls for time. That was a little late there. Whitlock had started to come home, and Dom, a little gamesmanship, called for it.
I did enjoy the Dom Smith time in Boston.
Me too.
Really good guy. Got some big hits. Flash some leather over at first.
0-1. Whitlock throws. Dom takes a ball, changeup. He could not be more pleasant. Dom Smith.
It's happy for him. Found a home. He's down in AAA with the Yankees. Opted out. Found a home here and swung the bat real well for these Giants.
1-1. 2 on, 2 out. Outfield very deep. The pitch is a little looper foul. Third base side.
And with that said, I hope he gets out.
Save it for another day, Dom. He was, in some ways, he got just as many hugs before the game as Rafael Devers did. People do miss Dom. He was a great teammate a year ago. 1-2. The pitch is low. Slider. That's a really good pitch there by Whitlock. Good take, too, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, this becomes the important pitch here. 2 outs, 2-2 count. You miss here, it's 3-2. Now you got a guy moving at first base, 2-run lead. You don't want to give him that extra jump.
2-2. Here it is. And it's high and deep down the left field line. Foul. Meyer over by the railing. Runs out of room. He went into the railing and the netting. That was Jeter territory. Marcelo gave it a really good try. Out of play, 2-2.
It's almost like he didn't know how close he was.
Yeah.
Because he almost ran through that railing.
Smoked him right in the middle of the thigh.
He thought he was another step or two from the railing instead of sort of feeling it and getting to it. He kind of ran through it.
Of course, this is his first time in this park.
Yeah, and hit it hard.
Oh, that's lucky. He didn't get hurt. 2-2. And they got the pickoff on it. Second, it's dropped by Story. He was back in there safely anyway, was Willie Adames. One of my favorite things, the irrational booing on pickoff plays.
That's been an issue for this team here recently. Like throwing this ball away. We've seen a few guys do it.
That was a good throw from Whitlock. 2-2. Pitch is a check swing. Did he go? No. Oh. Wow. Red Sox dugout cannot believe it. That was a breaking ball in the dirt. They say that Dom Smith held up. I don't think so.
It's close.
Right on the line.
A lot of times you can hold up on that one, but try holding up on the 3-2 slider. We'll see what he throws.
3-2. They're off with a pitch. Here it is, and it is high, ball 4. Wow. So Dom Smith walks to load the bases. And who else? Here comes Mike Yastrzemski. Man, second walk of the inning. 8th of the game.
You mentioned the walks. I mean, it's just, again, any team you face, you got to make them beat you, kind of earn it. Dom had a good at-bat, laid off some pitches there, but still, it's 2-run cushion. Now all of a sudden that tying runs on second base. It's a little bloop hit away from tying this ball game.
And now Wisely is going to pinch run for Smith as the go-ahead run. Loaded up for Yaz. The pitch is in the dirt. Good stop there by Narvaez and a slider. And of course now it's still the 8th inning and Rafael Devers is in the hole. 2-run Red Sox lead. Whitlock trying to hunker down here. 1-0 pitch is high, not close.
Right near stride. Can't be afraid of contact here.
Well, they got another right-hander warming in the bullpen. That's Luis Guerrero. Wow. Base is loaded. On the line right here. The pitch is in there. That's a beauty. Sinker on the corner, and it's 2-1. Whitlock walking the tightrope here. He says yes to Narvaez. The 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed. He helped him out there. That was a fastball way elevated, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, it's been an up and down inning here for Whitlock. You got a 2-2 count. You step off the back of that mound, take a little breath, and execute a pitch right here and get out of this.
Time called by Yastrzemski. 2 walks and a hit. Base is loaded with 2 down in the 8th inning. Whitlock stands tall. He throws. Swing and a grounder foul on the first base side. He did execute a good slider there. Yastrzemski got enough of it to stay alive. This thing has not been without drama and stress. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch is a check swing. Did he go? No. And here we go again. Alex Cora cannot believe it. Just like Dom Smith, he is screaming out at these umpires. He thinks both of them are swings, and he may get run right here. Doug Eddings says that's enough. He's not yet had enough. Haven't seen a replay of it yet. 3 balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded. Whitlock is ready. He throws, and a swing and a miss. He got him with a slider. Red Sox coach is yelling at the umpires. Whitlock makes the pitch when he has to have it. And the Red Sox go to the 9th, leading the Giants 7-5 on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
When water from the pipes was pouring down, filed a claim with his Cox.
We turned it around.
Across America, over 600,000 small businesses look to Hiscox Insurance for protection. Find flexible coverage that adapts to the needs of your small business with a fast, easy online quote at hiscox.com.
'Cause there's no business like small business.
Like no business we know.
Get a quote today with Hiscox Small Business Insurance.
Welcome to Meetings Under the Sun in Greater Fort Lauderdale. The reimagined Broward County Convention Center puts everything within reach with waterfront access and brand new Omni Hotel on site. Plan smarter, meet brighter. Head to visitlauderdale.com/meetings to learn more.
Lowe's knows to bring your vision to life, it's important to find the right color. That's why MyLowe's Rewards members get a free paint or exterior stain sample to test your look and find the perfect color to confidently refresh your space. Lowe's, we help, you save. Offer valid in-store only 6/19 through 6/25. Limit 1 per customer while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See associate for details. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Going on vacation? We're here for it. With kids who turn a back seat into a courtroom drama over whose tablet is louder, whose charger is faster, and why watching the same cartoon for the 100th time is a human right? Yep, we totally have vehicles to handle that. Because whether it's a road trip or a business trip, where your flight's delayed, your phone's at 2%, and your dinner, whatever's open, yeah, here for that too. Enterprise, we're here for it.
We're right back to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
People all across New England have never been happier to have a Yastrzemski strikeout as they just got there from Garrett Whitlock with the bases loaded. Now to the top of the 9th inning, Spencer Bivens is on. And you'll see Carlos Narvaez, Roman Anthony, and Abraham Toro in the Herb Chambers batting order, brought to you by Herb Chambers Hyundai of Auburn. Bivens has thrown 22 times, been good. The pitch is a strike to Narvaez in its own 1.
Just got to note that they've 8 walks from the Red Sox, tying a season high.
What ought to? Wow, not been good. But they've made enough big pitches so far. The 0-1 is a strike on the outside corner. One of the crazy things about this ballpark, this area, is that it's almost like the Seagulls get a memo that it's the 9th inning. They start to circle, and then, like within seconds of the game ending, they're all in here, getting all the hot dog buns and pretzel pieces and everything.
So the same thing with Seattle, right?
Yeah.
Came flying in at the end of the game.
Aroldis Chapman is ready to go in the bullpen. Guerrero's still standing out there. 1-2 to Narvaez. The pitch is outside.
Well, I think Guerrero's, in case they get a couple, you never know, but of course that note came from the great Joe Braverman.
Oh, sure. 2-2. Pitch. Carlos takes strike 3 on the outside corner.
Yeah, not his night tonight, right? Doesn't look really right. 0 for 5 here with 3 strikeouts and a couple little lazy fly balls. Defensively, just hasn't really looked like himself at times. It's one of those nights for Carlos Narvaez.
Well, for his last 13. Here now, Roman Anthony. Who's on deck is Toro, brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit timbertech.com. Roman swings it, fouls it off. Just like Rafaela, when he got the big hit early in the game, there's been so much emotion on display in this game, including the coaching staff in the dugout after that Whitlock strikeout.
Well, they weren't happy with that inning. They maybe thought Whit had struck out.
0-1. Anthony swings and misses.
Earlier in that at-bat, Adames, and then Of course, the double check swings that when he got that final strike 3 from Yastrzemski, coaching staff screaming, especially Andrew Bailey. He yelled out 2 words to the third base umpire that sometimes get you rung up.
0-2 to Roman. Pitch is popped up into left field. Back on it, the third baseman. And in comes Ramos from left. He's there to make the play very quickly, 2 down. Well, look, I mean, this is sort of a homecoming for Andrew Bailey. Longtime coach and player here. And he's fighting for his guys. And there's just no doubt that these guys are so invested in everything that is swirled around this club this week and this series. Here's Abraham Toro batting from the left side. Bivens is ready. He throws. And a fastball down and in. We are going to get Chapman and Devers in the 9th inning, which will be fun. Anthony 1 for 4 with a walk and a game-tying RBI hit. Here's the pitch to Toro, who takes a ball.
Devers 3 for 16 in his career off Chapman. Of course, we got that 1 home run back his rookie year.
Yeah, we don't want to think about that. August of 2017. Look how many seagulls are out over the bay now as Toro takes the high fastball. It is unreal. They set their clock to it. They know, they hear the people in this ballpark, and they just swarm. There are hundreds of them over the water. 2-1. Pitch is high and deep toward the Seagulls and foul on the first base side. Take 10 seconds for station ID in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Will Fleming, Lou Merlone in San Francisco. 7-5 Red Sox lead as Toro takes a ball high. And it is 3-2. If he can reach Toro, Wilyer Abreu would be next. 11 hits for the Red Sox. 7 runs across a 2-run lead. 3-2. The pitch is strike 3. Top of the zone. Inning over. Here we go. Drama coming in the bottom of the 9th. Aroldis Chapman against Ramos, Devers, and Flores. 7-5 Red Sox lead on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Going on vacation? We're here for it. With kids who turn a back seat into a courtroom drama over whose tablet is louder, whose charger is faster, and why watching the same cartoon for the 100th time is a human right? Yep, we totally have vehicles to handle that. Because whether it's a road trip or a business trip, where your flight's delayed, your phone's at 2%, and your dinner, whatever's open, yeah, here for that too. Enterprise, we're here for it.
Sometimes when life brings you change, you also have to change your health coverage. Like when you're having a baby, or getting married, or turning 26 and aging off your parents' plan, or even when you're no longer covered by insurance you had through your job. At HealthSource RI, we can help you change coverage to keep up with these life changes and others. Learn about all the life events and changes that may qualify you for health coverage at healthsourceri.com.
When water from the pipes was pouring down, filed a claim with his Cox.
We turned it around.
Across America, over 600,000 small businesses look to Hiscox Insurance for protection. Find flexible coverage that adapts to the needs of your small business with a fast, easy online quote at hiscox.com.
'Cause there's no business like small business.
Like no business we know.
Get a quote today with Hiscox Small Business Insurance.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
All right, here we go. Bottom of the 9th, and it had to be this way, didn't it? The Red Sox lead by 2. And due up second in this inning is Rafael Devers. Elliot Ramos, then Rafi. And Wilmer Flores, their best clutch hitter against the Red Sox dominant closer, Aroldis Chapman. 13 of 14 in save opportunities. Power lefty throws. Ramos takes strike 1. Dotted 98 on 1.
So good at that. This becomes a really important hitter, right? 2-run cushion. 2 good hitters coming up next. Facing your best. You want to get this leadoff guy and go from there.
0-1. Ramos is 2 for 4 tonight. The pitch fouled on the first base side. He was not cheated there. A sinker at 98, and it's 0-2. Red Sox 7th pitcher. You can just feel the emotion coming from the Red Sox first base dugout. They want this one badly. 0-2. Raffy is out on deck, putting the sticky spray on the handle of his bat. 0-2. Chapman is ready. He throws, and a fastball high. Good location there. See if he can get a chase. It missed, and it's 1-2. Hard to be much better than Aroldis has been. 1-2. Here it is. And a fastball misses. 1-0-1. Aroldis in 34 outings, 31 innings, only 16 hits with 43 strikeouts and 9 walks. 2-2. Takes a deep breath. He throws. And a fastball swung on and missed. He got him 99 miles an hour. And with one away, here comes Devers.
That's a big out. Really chased the ball off the plate. Could have been a 3-2 count. This fastball was way away, but when you got 99, 100, you know, as a hitter, you got to expand, and he guessed wrong. And here we go.
August of 2017, Raffy, his first introductory signature Red Sox moment against Chapman. The pitch here, swing and a foul on the first base side. 99-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's 0-1.
It was really out of the zone, up and in.
He's been in swing mode really for a couple of weeks. It's carried over here tonight.
Yeah, it was the great thing about Raffy, the April and May. Chase rate was 23%, walking a ton, but in the month of June, it climbed back up to that 37 mark.
0-1. Here's the pitch, and it is a fastball up and in. Did it hit him? No, he spins out of the way. There's obviously zero intent there, and it's 1-1. Chapman does not want to bring the tying run in Flores to the plate. One and one. Chapman sets. He throws. And a swing and a miss. Great slider. And it's 1-2. There was not intent, but I think there are more than a few people in Boston who would sort of empathize if there were to this hitter, but not in this spot. 1-2.
A fastball up and in, just opened up that slider and got that swing from Raffy. That's all that happened there.
7-5 Red Sox. Bottom 9, 1 down. Bases empty. Chapman throws. Fastball right underneath us. Look out. That was fouled straight back. 102 miles an hour. Is it time for another one of those sliders?
You got him 1-2. He could elevate, get it out of the zone, up.
Chapman is ready. Devers waits. The pitch is swung on and missed. Fastball 102 miles an hour, and they're 2 away.
Reared back on that one, didn't he? 102. And that's spot. Like, that's still about location, right? You want this ball on top of the zone. It's exactly where you want it, right on that top white line at 102, and he gets it by Raffy.
Battle won by Aroldis, and now the Red Sox 1 out away from a turbocharged victory. Chapman told to make eye contact with Wilmer Flores. Says yes. Raffy is 0 for 5 with a strikeout. 7-5 Red Sox, 2 down in the 9th. Chapman is ready. He throws, and a fastball right in there. 100 miles an hour, strike 1.
I mean, he's really been dialed in here lately. He came in the other night and has been making it look easy the last couple of appearances.
No balls, 1 strike. 2 down, bottom 9. The pitch is just inside. That probably should have been called a strike. Narvaez can't believe it.
Neither can Chapman.
I'll tell you what, Doug Eddings has not had a good couple of innings here behind the plate.
I mean, this caught a lot of the plate. This wasn't even in.
Carlos really was pretty vocal about his displeasure there. 1-1. Pitch is fouled off on the first base side, and the Red Sox are 1 strike away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 down, bottom 9. And now time is called again.
They're going to call a ball on him?
That's going to be the automatic ball. And so now it's 2-2. And Alex Cora is going to lose his mind on Doug Eddings right here. He thinks that Narvaez was asking for Chapman to step off. And they are so frustrated by these umpires tonight. Apparently, Doug said something, Alex, that convinced him what they did was right. It's 2-2.
Well, he already got called once, right, for not waiting till Flores was aware, and you have to. So the second time he does it, it's going to be a violation.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Chapman is ready. He throws, and a swing and a high pop-up on the right side of the infield. Toro waits underneath it. He makes the catch, and the ball game is over. A game and a series that was all about Rafael turns into a series about Rafaela.
It did not look good from the start, right? The first couple innings down 3-0, but this offense battled back, and you could kind of feel the emotion all the way to that last out. I don't know why people are yelling at each other, or bench is kind of getting up on top steps. Chapman kind of vocal. We don't know what happened.